That's late.
Good day, good evening, good night, good morning. I don't know where you are. I believe it's morning in California, and we have tons of Californian fans because it's a blue state. So, welcome to our 110th podcast that I have officially counted. There's definitely more, but this is for the way I'm counting, it's 110 so far. To our super mega Aussie Open Bulletin mid-major report. I hope I got that all in one breath. Hello, ladies. How are you doing?
Pretty good.
Woo! Yeah, y'all sound excited. It seems like y'all faves are still around.
Is that why?
Maybe. Actually, well, you know, when our faves are not around.
Yeah, two of my faves
when
are gone, but I feel okay.
We are horrible.
Oh, I know. If we caught you,
good,
if we caught you on Monday after Venus, I guess maybe not. But...
yeah. Oh. We are a hot fucking mess. This podcast cannot be done on a Saturday on a major when Venus is in the final.
Oh my god!
So well, let me go see. Yes.
Well.
I did say that already, but I didn't want to say all that.
Here we go. I hope you guys are ready. Wait, let's just introduce yourself first.
Introduce ourselves, of course. Look, I know I'm petty, but you know what? I'm a nice person. Almost just the same. So before I go any further, let me introduce my co-hostesses with the mostesses. It's just us ladies today, and we do have a special guest coming in later on, but
hopefully
it's ladies for now. We have Andrine from Saudi Tennis Travel, who it's morning time in your neck of the wood, lady. What are you doing up so early?
I know. Making myself available to you, Real, so that you can.
Of course.
You can do whatever.
You're trying to get your paycheck because we don't work for the federal government, so your paycheck will still be coming through.
Oh shit.
Okay, I get you.
Yes, and we have Janina from Foreign, Ohio, who for the first time in a long time the podcast is being recorded and we can look outside and see sunshine.
No, it's kind of amazing. It's actually a little bit warm today. You know, it's really sad when like 30, 40 degrees feels like a heat wave, but that's where we are.
I know.
So I'm excited.
God damn it. Like sometimes I'm like, oh my God, it's hot. I need to put my fan on. Until I take the temperature and it's like 35 degrees.
Right.
Like, what the fuck is going on with your life, Real?
Don't worry.
And
the warming's not real.
I know. Captain Jonesboro says it's not. So
oh shit.
Tammy Duckworth pitch you on the bar.
I love it. That's you know what though? That's the best thing she could ever do is give him a nickname because you know that's his thing.
That's gonna stick.
That's gonna stick.
Going to stick. And the thing about it is that he's so petty and stupid. He's gonna say something and make it stick. He's not gonna ignore it. He's not gonna ignore it. And for that, Tammy, you are a special honored guest for this podcast. And of course, it's the homosexual of the podcast. It is Reals. And let me look out on the internet and see who is alive. We have Chris, we have Luke, we have Maya, we have Master Ace, who was stalking me in the DM, trying to find out what's up. Master Ace, no shade. I'm happy because I have to get ladies to connect to a time. So hello everyone and good morning.
I want to know if Master Ace is really supposed to be at church right now because I know how he operates. I'm calling you out,
Master Ace, which means you're not looking at your Bible, you're looking at your phone. But you know what? I ain't mad at you.
Hey, this is tennis church.
All right, let's get to it then. Oh my God.
So we're supposed to have a live report from Shane, who is live in Melbourne right now. I'm sorry? Did I miss something?
No, I said it's like I'm at a real church where the minister takes a long time to get to the point. Sorry.
Oh, shit. Oh, wait, you don't swear in church.
I do at my church now.
Jesus took away our sound effect because there would have been war right now. I would have gone your ass right at this moment. I would have been like, But anyway. We're supposed to get a live report from Shawnee, who we sent out, wink, wink, to Melbourne to let us know all what's going on. So I'm trying to collect on my investment, but he's telling me some bullshit that the Wi-Fi isn't working from his hotel room. So Wink, wink. He might be busy.
Dodgy,
but hopefully we get him on.
Wi-Fi.
Exactly. Just another thing.
Australia,
Melbourne's getting
fix
the
your
schedule.
shit.
I mean, like, well, according to the Knowledge fam, they can't even fix the schedule. I don't know how they're gonna fix.
Oh Jesus! All right.
They're gonna fix the Wi-Fi.
So
just saying.
Yeah.
Just saying.
All right. Let's talk about these ladies.
Hopefully he can get him. So, but before he gets here, let's talk about the ladies and
what a mess! What the fuck? Oh my God! Listen,
I think it's a mess for you, Janita. Your
draw is a mess. My draw.
Listen,
I seriously considered just throwing the shit away because I didn't even want to know how incredibly fucked up. I
told you that last week Friday.
And you know that I fill my draw out from beginning to end, from the beginning. From the beginning, I fill the whole thing out. So, yeah, I have one person remaining in the draw that I had getting to the second week. Only one. And I'm honestly not 100% sure that she's still there. I think she is, and that's Ostapenko. She's still around, right?
No, she's not.
Or did she move? Oh, Jesus Christ, I've got no one. I've got no one. Okay, so yeah, I got no one.
Oh,
yeah, I got one person. Oh, wait,
it's like
did Caroline lose? Caroline didn't lose.
No, Wozniak is here. Hey, Bree,
I
what
got
up?
a couple. My final is now impossible.
Oh my God! Look at you. You're like waving at people while Janita's talking.
You know, I swear to God, I literally waved. I'm like George W. Bush. I what the fuck, waving at Stevie Wonder. I'm like, I'm an asshole. I'm sorry. I was actually waving at Fio Bianca. I was waving at her, literally waving at her. I was like, I'm sorry. Hey, ladies, welcome to the podcast.
Oh my God.
So, but I'm gonna be petty and just say it all. And this is what you get for picking Christina McHale. I mean, who has Christina McHale as their Hail Mary pass?
Look, bitch.
How is she gonna be? Yeah. I mean, look. People
shut your whore mouth.
I do my draw when it comes to the WTA. We know this. Serena isn't present. She ain't gonna show up. So we know it's a hot mess, and we say this all the time. When Serena is out of the equation, everybody else is equal. That's why I was sure that a qualifier, I didn't even know who it was going to be because the qualifier wasn't even the draw.
Fine.
I just knew. Because this is how the WTA rolls.
Love it, though.
They've been rolling this way for ages, and nobody wants to say this.
Oh, but Luke, you shady fucker. I didn't even know McHale was in the draw. Really? Really?
I mean... I'm just going to be quietly smug, but I'm looking at my fourth rounders on the ladies' side.
Is it looking good?
And I mean, one side is actually the top side. The only one I didn't call, which is really pitiful on my part, was Halep and Muggs and Garcia.
Look, I am not lying. I'm not even lying. So this is how I did, right? This is how I did for my draw. I had Halep. I got that right. I had Osaka.
So did I.
And I know I had a qualifier, but Strikova decided she's going to play some tennis this week. Yep. And she put herself there. I had Pliskova. I mean, look, I don't know how to pronounce her name, but Shuei. Shuei. I don't know how to pronounce her last name. Who WTA, you need to fix your life because when she's knocking off your ninjas, alleged ninjas, and your hard hitters with some 20 miles an hour serve, look.
Placement, Reels, placement.
Look, I didn't even, I'm going to pull a Luke right about now. I didn't even know she was in the draw. Next thing you know, she's showing up in the fourth week.
I love it.
In the fourth round.
That's good.
I had Sevastova. I didn't think Kerber good run would continue, but apparently it did.
Kerber's back.
Kerber's back. Well, back for now.
Guess who's back?
And I had Madison Keys. I did put Lucic Baroni, but Caroline Garcia showed me that she got the man. She's gonna carry 2017 into 2018, especially since Kiki ain't doing shit.
I thought Shelby Rogers was gonna be. That was my pick down there. Was Shelby Rogers? I thought Shelby might sneak in there. I don't know. Shelby could be good. She could be good. Maybe I'll just save her for the French. Okay.
I saved Shelby for one upset, and that's it. I saved Shelby for one upset. And since there was no big person name up in here,
re-upped on her Meldonium.
Oh my God, who
Ooh.
said that?
Ooh, Bree, you shady bitch.
No, you know, no. I think now she's just adjusted. She's just adjusted. You know, she went through that dark period where it was like too much attention on her, too much light. You know, Kerber's like that person that needs to be in the corner with not a lot of sunlight on her, just doing things, bobbing her head quietly along at the club. Too much sunlight was on her, too much spotlight. Now she's
like Luca Puig. When you're not watching her, that's when she performs. So nobody's checking for Kerber in 2018, and now she performs. So expect a meltdown by April.
No, I'm not. I think she's older and wiser. I'm gonna give her her props. I think she's gonna stay steady. There's nobody in the rest of the draw that can trouble her. Not like that. You know what I mean? Not emotionally. She could probably hurt herself, but not emotionally. And then the other side of the draw is just a wreck for me.
Right. I mean, like
I was only right about
Kerber. Tony might need to go back to bed. I know he's not feeling well. We don't ever call Kerber Darth Kerber.
No.
That's just a level of cool that
Master H is talking about Pliskova. Yes, no one talks about Pliskova because Pliskova doesn't talk about Pliskova. So I
talk about Pliskova. I like her.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Janina likes Pliskova. How'd you get her wrong?
You know what? Do I still have her around? Probably not. I do. I have her into the quarterfinals. See, and now that all the people around her that I had in the quarterfinals are gone, she should do better.
And for my pick, when I got the right qualifier pick section. I did pick that. I only picked Gergers because she's Andrine's fave. So I was like, I'm gonna do my friend a solid and send
we have a guest, and his little pretty face is did everything. On. We have a guest.
Okay. So we can pause.
Pretty little face.
So we can pause so we can get through the section.
He's like,
so shit, hold up my
face. And he got rid of it. I shouldn't have said anything.
So what's going on?
We want to see your face.
Donnie, how are you? How is Melbourne?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Good.
Can you hear us?
There's my face. Yes, I can hear you.
Was it hot?
Janina just called me and screamed at me.
Why are you lying? I did not say.
She said, "Get the fuck out of your bed right now and join the call."
Okay, yeah, I did. I said, "Get the fuck out."
That's why we pay her the big bucks.
That's right. I get shit done.
Exactly. She's our
yes, because she's your pit bull.
Uh-oh.
So
how is Melbourne?
Tell us the deal.
How's it going?
Yeah.
Let us know what's going on.
I love Melbourne.
Tell us everything. Start from the beginning.
So I got here on Sunday.
Which is Monday our time. Saturday our time, which is
yes, but I missed my flight in LA because it was raining in New York. So I missed my connection in LA. So I literally was traveling for over 24 hours, I think like 28 hours before I got here.
This is the problem with getting to Melbourne. God,
it's so far away.
Yeah, and I know, and I had never been on a flight for that long, so I didn't even know how I was going to adjust when I got here. But I'm a trooper and an experienced.
Didn't kill anyone.
Oh, so why don't you say what? No. Hold up. I said, don't you have jet lag? Because he landed and he looks all fresh and pretty, and he's sounding good. And I'm like, don't you have jet lag? And he said, girl, this ain't my first time at the rodeo.
Makeup bag ready before landing to check into that little bathroom and freshen out.
It's probably like he went clubbing on that.
Exactly. He was ready. You got to reapply for last call. So,
well,
when
Shane,
it's 3:30,
I was.
Wait,
yes.
Shane. So tell us the deal, or you're coming across. So, did you have your tickets ahead of time for the tournament? How did that? or did you just wait to get there and buy?
No. Everything was very well prepared before I got here because this was such a big trip for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I bought tickets on a pre-sale.
Okay.
Thanks to our friend Dennis, who was so very kind and generous. I was able to get pre-sale tickets for Rod Laver on Monday night.
Mm-hmm.
So I got really great seats. Like I think we were like 7 rows from the court, which was really nice. So I got to be very up close with Rafa on Monday night.
That's impossible on Ash.
Really cool.
How does his hair look in person?
Oh, forget it. Bitch, I saw a comment about his hair points falling out.
That we're talking about coat position from Ash.
Oh, sorry.
Which one? We can apply both in seconds, but
you know what? He looked really hot. I'm not gonna lie. He looked so
minus
fucking
the bald
good.
spot.
And when he took that, when he doesn't have a bald spot.
Oh
wait, let me see. Wait, who did Rafa play? Oh yeah, so you basically showed up for the EXO between us to play Victor, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was like, listen. If I'm a Rafa fan, that's a good match. If I'm a Rafa, you're not worried, right? There's no doubt that he's gonna win, so you can just like soak it all up. See, thank you. Finally, an honest Rafa fan. You don't never worry he's gonna lose.
No. I am never worried. I was saying. No, he looked good. He was, I was worried because I hadn't seen him play since the US Open or whenever he played last. He pulled out at the year end. And then I didn't see him play since then. So I thought, oh, maybe he's just gonna fade really early. But he looked good. I think he was hitting the ball hard. He was moving well. He didn't look injured. No tape on the knee. Nothing like that. So I was happy to see him back and happy to see him back in a nice, sexy, sleeveless shirt.
Mm-hmm.
He looks really delicious. Being that up close, my friend pointed out one thing to me about Rafa, which was a little disturbing, but I'm willing to overlook it. He has really small feet.
Oh my God, this is your issue. Okay. I can't even deal with this is your ad report.
That is a true friend. Friends don't let friends leave the club with some, I'm just saying.
With some small feet, dude. I cannot believe you, dude. I can't even.
She said to me, she said, honey boo, I'm sorry to tell you. But she has some really small feet.
Oh, bless.
And you know what?
This is what you get.
Wait.
Hold
on. Wait. Let him finish. But you know what? What do we not know?
What?
Sean, tell us.
What do we not know about what?
You said he has really small feet, but you know what?
You know what? He probably has a small dick.
Okay, there we go. let's.
You know who we can ask, right? We can ask Jeannie when she gets on our podcast.
Oh, stop it. Okay, let's return to metaphors. All right. What else? So you got a chance to see Rafa. So you have Monday. Are you going back? I thought you went back, right? Because you saw Delpo as well. No.
I went 3 times.
Oh, good. That's a good solid time. And
yeah. So I saw Monday there was an Australian player. I didn't stick around much for that.
You didn't want to see Ashley Barty?
I think
Yeah.
No, it wasn't Ashley Barty. It was Gavrilova.
Oh, yes, the one that had the meltdown. Okay. Which is what she does now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm just making some coffee, so you can hear some
really?
in the background.
You are on the express.
Oh my God. Okay, let's go.
Listen,
let's get through.
It was 5:52. Okay, so then on Thursday, I went Thursday during the day. Can I tell you, it was like 104 degrees.
Did you melt?
I was dying. It was, well, you know, I hate heat. Like, I hate heat. And I always find myself, like, a few years ago, I went to Wimbledon. It was the hottest day in Wimbledon. And it was just like this, but we had shaded seats, which was really good. And who did I see? Oh my God, I saw Sharapova. Can I tell you, she's really intimidating. Just like, she's her presence is so intimidating.
Were you scared?
No, I wasn't scared, but I was like, oh my God, I could see why people don't like her or why the other players don't like her. Like, she's just like not friendly. She wasn't friendly to, like, you know, players when they're on court, they're kind of engaging with like just their demeanor. Like, her demeanor is very like,
she's the ice queen.
I'm here to do one thing and one thing on. Yeah, she is. She's the ice queen. She didn't look very good though. So I thought she was going to lose that day, but she somehow won, and then she eventually lost. Who else played on Thursday?
So you went what? So you went. So wait, you went what? Monday, Thursday, and the weekend?
Thursday, and then I went Saturday.
Okay.
Oh, I saw Djokovic. On Thursday. Oh, I saw Muguruza lose. How crazy was that?
That was a good match.
She looked very.
So does Djokovic look as thin?
I don't like seeing top players lose.
Does Djokovic look as thin in person as he looks on TV? Because he is looking so incredibly skinny to me.
Yeah.
He is fucking frail. He is frail. I don't like power to hit a ball. He is fucking frail. And he has something on his arm. I couldn't tell what it was. What is he wearing on his arm?
He's got that sleeve like Milos used to have.
So talk to us about the grounds, because I was surprised by something. And it seemed new. Like, I felt like it wasn't very crowded. Every time on TV they were showing like an aerial shot of the grounds, I'm like, where are the people? This doesn't look like a Grand Slam crowd. Is it a small venue?
It's in the heart of the city.
It's actually really, really big and really spread out, and that's why it looks very it's not like the US Open where it's very condensed and everybody's kind of gathered in the food court.
Okay.
You can do a lot here, and you don't ever feel overwhelmed by people, which is what I loved about this slam.
Oh, that's nice. That's unusual.
Yeah, you don't ever feel overwhelmed by people. You know, tennis tournaments, people could get on your fucking nerves. Like, we love tennis, but tennis fans are fucking insane.
Yeah.
You never felt overwhelmed by people. And, you know, there was enough room. Like, Hisense is far away from Rod Laver, and Rod Laver and Margaret Court are very close together. But this tournament is so well organized. Like, when you go into Hisense, they give you a ticket to come out. You have 30 minutes to go back to your spot. And it's like, there's so much things that the US Open can learn from Melbourne, because it's just very well organized.
What was your favorite thing?
The one thing that my favorite thing, well, I had great seats the whole tournament, so that was my favorite thing. I think Rod Laver Arena, it's not like our, you know, the same amount of money I spend on on Arthur Ashe tickets is the same amount of money I spent on these tickets, and I was so much more up close. I mean, granted, it was very early in the tournament,
but still,
but the stadium was really nice. The food was really good. I had like Greek food and frosé, and drinks were good. The boys were hot. It was.
Okay, can I just? I mean, just as you know, obviously, I'm not asking you for precise.
No, it wasn't cheap.
For precise details.
Says, no, it wasn't.
I know, but for 3 days of tickets, just a roundabout figure, how much is that? With relatively good seats. Because on Ashe, you're right. You could spend a lot of money for the view that you had on Ashe. You'd have to spend at least what, $600 or $700.
Yeah, $1,000.
$1,000 to get the view. Okay.
I bought my tickets a really long time ago.
Sure,
I would say I didn't spend more than $200 US on any of them.
Really?
Oh, wow.
That's impossible in Ash.
Yeah.
Like that's I
Your
mean,
seat
that's more like comparable to Wimbledon, I would say, in the sense that you don't have to go bankrupt to get really good views and good seats. I think you're averaging around what the Wimbledon prices were when I did it last year. Okay. It's a good comparison point.
Yeah. You know who was a real standout, and I just happened to see him by accident when I was waiting for Delpo, Fognini.
What do you mean? In what way?
He did really well. He was just entertaining. Like I'm not a Fognini fan, but I actually really liked watching him play.
He's kind
he
of
had a little meltdown.
Play.
Yeah,
and he has bigger feet
meltdown.
than Rafa. That's what it is. That's what it was, wasn't it? His feet are bigger than Rafa.
No,
well,
you know
who has really big feet? You know who has really big feet?
Delpo. I know. And he shaved just for you. He shaved just for you.
But we already know Delpo doesn't know what to do with it, right? So, okay.
Well, I don't want, Oh, Emmanuel told me to watch myself, so I don't want to be branded a homewrecker. Yeah, but I saw Delpo. He looked out of it. He looked like he was about to lose from the first set. So I ended up leaving and going to dinner. Yeah. Yeah.
So
He's like,
overall,
I gotta go to dinner.
overall, for your experience, would you rank? You've been to the U.S. Open, Wimbledon, and now Australian Open. Where would you rank them in terms of, like, if you had to do it all over again? Which one would you pick first?
See, you can't put Wimbledon in the mix of, like, you can't. Wimbledon is something very different and unique. It's not comparable to the U.S. Open or Australia. But I do like Australia better than all three of them.
But you still have to.
I would save.
But you still have to have the Wimbledon experience. You're saying on some level, because it's tennis. It's its own brand.
Wimbledon is its own brand. It's its own thing. They do their own thing there. Don't go there expecting anything because they're going to deliver and you're going to accept what they give you. That's how Wimbledon works. And I love Wimbledon. I love it a lot. I was not a fan. Like, I think, coming to Australia and then, I go to the US Open because I live right next to the US Open. I was like, I felt kind of cheated all these years going to the US Open. I'm like, shit, I could have just saved my money and come here earlier.
So you said that the US Open can learn a lot from this tournament. Like, give me two things, because for people who have like the US Open as a possible place that they go to often, that's a good way for them to understand how very different they work. Like, two big improvements that the US Open can take from Oz, since you go there so often.
Crowd control.
Yeah.
Because you can wait around for a long time. And then they're just quick to make adjustments. When one match was going on long, they just moved it to Margaret Court. And they said that you guys can go to Margaret Court with your Rod Laver tickets. I didn't go to Margaret Court because I'm refused to go to Margaret Court. So I went to Hisense.
Mm-hmm. Oh, speaking of that, did you get a sense that people were even like aware of the Margaret Court controversy or on the ground? Like, is that like a thing?
Yeah. For people? Yeah, they were aware. I mean, I don't think people had a choice. Like, I think if people are going to get tickets to see tennis or free tickets or their favorite player is there, they're going to go.
Okay.
But I wasn't going to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
You didn't go to Margaret Court at all?
No.
Wow, you took a stand. I mean, what if they put Rafa there? Would that have been a real?
They did put Rafa there. They did put Rafa there. I didn't know.
You didn't.
Well, look at you.
I mean, hand clap
Look at you.
for that.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't have
Peggy
done
and
that.
her
I
coat.
wouldn't have done that. But I mean, because that's like, hello, because he's probably close up. I mean, that's like if they put like.
I think
Federer
the
on
small
Armstrong,
feet.
I'm
I think
still
the small
going.
feet had an
But-
effect. The small feet had an effect.
No, but full props to you. Full props for you making that decision. I mean, I think that's pretty hard because you traveled far. A lot of people wouldn't be comfortable making that choice.
It wasn't a difficult decision to make at all. I was just like, I'm not going to go. I told my friends, if I do somehow end up there, I'm taking a big rainbow flag and I'll be waving it the entire fucking time I'm sitting there.
I love you.
Aww.
So is there anything else you want to share with us about us before you pack your shit up and come back to this side of the world?
To where nothing makes sense.
I love Melbourne. I love the city of Melbourne. It's so beautiful. People are so nice. I am sad to leave. Was only here for 8 days. So I'm really sad to leave. I got to do a lot of fun things while I was here. I went to the 12 Apostles. I took a helicopter tour over the 12 Apostles. Spent the day on Great Ocean Road, which is so beautiful. We went to a Wine Valley, Yarra Wine Valley tour, wine tasting tour. So we got to see the Australian countryside. People were just friendly and nice, and special shout out to Dennis because he was so kind and nice to me and my friends. So I really appreciate his hospitality. And we also had some other friends here, so it was nice to like catch up with people. And Melbourne feels a little like New York. It's very city-like and busy. So I felt kind of at home here. Like I could definitely
much more organized and efficient.
Coming
right?
back here. Yes. That's
Is
so
it
organized.
easy to navigate
so
the city?
People. And like to get from one place to the next.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I just took an Uber everywhere. But yeah.
Lazy bum. You didn't get on a public transport. What kind of New Yorker are you?
He had enough of that at home.
Yes.
He's like,
Yes,
I'm not traveling a million miles from home to get in another tram car. No car.
Do you know
no
what?
train
I don't even know the exchange rate. Is it fair? Is it favorable to us right now or not? Does our money go to distance?
It is favorable to us.
Oh, so there you go.
Yeah. So if you you get like $25 extra for every 100.
Nice.
Ooh, that's nothing to sneeze at. We got to put Australia on our list of places to go.
We do.
Yeah. You know what? Before I go, I wanted to ask you guys something.
Uh-oh.
Mhm.
Because I know that you guys are all big Fed fans, but he's looking kind of aged, right?
Yeah, he's older.
Not as
He's
age.
36, boo.
He still has good
But he
hair.
still looks younger than Diva Dow. Just saying.
What? What?
Wait. So
What did you say?
Did you see Federer up at all? Did you see any of his matches? You saw Delpo, you saw Rafa, and you saw Sharapova. Okay. Yeah.
Federer was being a total diva and requested night matches every single time.
I know.
And the one night session I had, I saw Nadal. Thank God.
Oh, that's really lucky of you, because Nadal never gets night sessions.
Right.
Yeah. But you guys know the whole reason I came to Melbourne was to see Serena, right?
I know. We were trying to avoid it for you. I know.
I didn't want to talk about that.
I know. How does
Yeah.
it feel though? Do you feel okay? You had a good enough time that you didn't miss her too much, right? Or does it feel empty that you didn't get to see her?
Yeah, no comment.
I'm sorry. Listen,
We didn't want to bring it up. That's why we didn't want to say anything.
I know we didn't want to bring it up, but listen. But Jesus, I mean, you're gonna see it. You think Serena isn't gonna show up at the U.S. Open? But you know what? But those seats are nice to see Serena. Yeah, I get you, drift. All right, I get it right then and there.
Oh my
Well,
Brianna, you do not get to talk about Federer's weight when Vidal is just strands blowing in the wind.
Never.
She can.
I love how you guys didn't answer my question. You guys didn't answer my question.
Yeah, he is looking older. Listen, I'm shocked every single time Federer is still
No.
What's the question?
He looks aged. He looks aged.
Oh, you think his physical appearance, he looks older?
He looks like an old man.
Oh, I don't think so. I don't think
he's old.
I think if you put a close up of Rafa and Fed next to each other, you would think that Rafa's older because he blatantly talks about how he doesn't like sunscreen. So,
but you know who? But I will accept your point though that Novak, and you know who had warned us? Agassi told us Novak is actually going back in time. He's looking younger.
I would say
he looks like a teenage boy.
Yeah, he does look like a teenage boy. So whatever fountain of youth he has found, he should continue to do that because he's got more hair.
It's the egg. It's the egg.
And he is looking younger
every
time I see him.
I would say in all defense that, not because I'm a Fed fan, but I would say that, this is very much new territory where we're seeing older
37-year-old, yeah,
and 37-year-old and playing peak where we're seeing him, right? It's not like a 37-year-old who loses in the qualifiers and plays doubles.
Like check them out. Yeah, it's true. You're seeing him up close.
Yeah, because you do have a lot of the Bryant brothers are well in their 30s. Leander Pace is in his 40s and he has a belly. So we don't check them. They just play doubles. We don't check for them on the singles market. So I would take, you could say Federer look age, but I'm just saying Federer's number 2 in the world. I'm just saying.
Well, no, but you're right. When you look at him through the years, I did notice that and also he's sweating. He's sweating a lot.
Yes.
He's sweating more. Although it's weird because actually, in a strange way, Federer actually looks better with age. Like how that is. Like
no,
he looks better than he did as a teenager.
Listen to me, Janina and Andre. Just tell as we are older, just tell Shawnee, just wait. Just wait and see.
No.
Wait and see. I know. If it's one thing I absolutely show off.
In this moment, I think the big three, I will say that aging quite nicely is Novak Djokovic because he's looking like a teenager.
He looks really
it's true, Brianna. Yeah, he didn't eternally 50. So was nowhere close to being 50. He just
Nolan looks like he's 18. So, whatever they're doing, keep doing what you're doing, Agassi.
So, Janina, the next time you make fun of Rafa's hair, I will politely remind you that Federer is looking like somebody's grandfather.
Okay.
Well, I tell you what. Janina will be making jokes about.
Wait. Their grandfathers people like to fuck out there because I think Federer looks like a good-looking grandpa. He should
it's called the sugar daddy, Angie. It's called the sugar daddy.
I know.
I'm just saying that, Shawnee. I'm just letting you know.
It's been delightful.
Janina won't be making fun of Rafa's hair anymore because there will be no more hairs to talk about. Just so
you know what? He should follow the king. Follow the king, right? The king
Who
to
is
be.
The king?
Prince William, and shave the whole thing off.
God, Prince William looks horrible now, right? It sucks. Like Harry.
All right.
Do not get started on the Royals. We'll be here all day.
We'll be here all day. And don't forget, Sean, the most important thing is that for you to be safe so you can bring my chocolate. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, gosh,
there's a lot of chocolate. There's a lot of chocolate. There's a lot of Tim Tams.
Oh.
That's the other thing. The stuff at the Australian Open was really cute. I liked it. They really nice, stuff, merchandise,
merchandise
hats,
to take away.
Yeah, like really.
They have the coolest colors. I think that's why their colors are blue and yellow. It's much more like summery and whatever. All the other colors. I mean, though tennis is an outside sport, it always looks dull and purple and green. But anyway. Shawnee, get ready to come back to America, and I could go take Brianna to task trying to come for our fave.
But thank you for letting us know that Rafa has small feet.
Yes.
We appreciate that insight up close and personal. But you know what? We've been tracking you on Instagram. Your pictures, your videos have been awesome. I'm happy you had such a wonderful time. It's nice when you go away and have an amazing experience. I'm sorry we couldn't deliver Serena, the greatest female athlete, or the greatest athlete ever, as somebody would say.
I know. And I did have a massive meltdown when she said she wasn't going to be here, and I was really mean to Janina.
You can apologize now.
But I already no. I already apologized.
Good deal.
It was epic, and it was during the bomb cyclone, so it was it was as epic as the bomb cyclone. Let's just say that.
All right, safe travels, little love bug. Let us know when you land back here.
Bye, y'all.
Bye. Take care.
Bye.
See ya.
So, ladies, that was fun and good to know. So I have to be saving my pennies to not just Chicago, but for Melbourne as well. So I'm gonna need me a daddy because I think I got a good job.
It sounds to me like of all the tournaments thus far,
everyone likes Melbourne.
I think everyone likes Melbourne, and the U.S. Open
but nobody likes the French.
Is a fourth. No, I think the French might even eke out the U.S. Open just because of tickets and the pricing and.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. Yes.
The U.S. price,
and it does make a difference.
Yeah.
And the good thing about Melbourne, from what everyone says, is that it's in the city center.
Yeah.
So there is no long, expansive journey to get there as you would for the U.S. Open.
Although I think the U.S. Open is much better. But it's much better for it to in the way that we live. It's much better for it to be on the outskirts of the city than inside, because then traffic would be even more nightmarish. You know what I mean? God, I think the U.S. Open would immediately bump up in people's estimation if Arthur Ashe Stadium could be reconfigured so it wasn't so freaking expensive, and you can actually enjoy watching tennis in there. And it wasn't so
big.
Yeah,
but it's America, so we're all gonna just talk about the money. That's all they're gonna be wanting about the money.
That's true. Tennis is a business. I know everybody hates that. Okay, so let's go back to the draw. We talked about the ladies. Yeah.
I did pick. I did put in my qualifier. Olive Atova, whatever her name is. She did with Alina.
Take credit for a qualifier's name you didn't even know when you wrote qualifier.
Because the qualifiers were not set yet, remember?
Okay, well, let's move on from that. Let's talk about matches though, because we don't want to keep people here forever. Yeah. They still want to get snacks before the session starts up.
All right, let's roll.
On the women's side.
Women's matches that we loved, matches that were appealing, which was blah, the whole 9 yards. What do y'all got?
Well, I think the standout match would have to be, everyone's going to try to say it, is Halep versus Lauren Davis.
That was great.
That was a good match.
That was great.
I don't like it.
Sorry. Why?
You know what? There's a point in time where matches after a point is no longer useful for both players. You know what I mean? It's like it's fine to have a solid, good match where both people play really well and they're not destroyed for the next round. And it's like, I mean, and I know on the women's side, it's important to have a match where people remember that women are athletes. We're always trying to prove our point about women athletes. And so everybody loves this match because they can point to it and go, see, women can have long, crazy matches too. I mean, it was a good match, but I wanted it to be done an hour earlier.
I can agree with that.
You know what I mean? After a while, I was like, this is destructive for both of y'all.
Yes. Are either of these women, no matter who wins, going to have anything left for the next round? You do start to think that.
Especially
I didn't.
You know what?
I expected Halep to lose that match because that's what she does, right? Yeah. She's in a winning position, and then boom, somehow she manages to fuck it up. So that was impressive for her. Then for what's her name? Lauren Davis. It was good to see her play that tough. That was exciting. I was like, okay, she's got game. Like, she showed some grit. She showed nerves. She went up to that net when most people wouldn't have even dared to, and had beautiful soft hands. I mean, they played some good tennis.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, but it was just good to see. It was good to see an American woman who wasn't brown that I thought I could like.
But you know what? mean, I know we people assume, but we haven't been sleeping on Lauren Davis. Remember, Lauren Davis
No,
is
we
the one
haven't.
that took Sharapova to that 3-setter where we had that infamous video of Grigor and Federer waiting for the match to be over. But you know, like Lauren Davis has always been talented. I mean, I think what's interesting, to be honest, is that Lauren Davis is essentially a rival for Halep, because in some ways that's Halep's skill level too, right? Her inability to actually take a match and fully control it as what we're used to in a number one player. I mean, that was a moment where really any one of these two could win, and it's partially,
and that's what I found
partially because Halep didn't have any power. You know, Halep has staying power, sure, but she doesn't have anything to kill a match.
I thought it was very interesting for Halep because she just made so many silly tactical errors. In the fact that, I mean, like, she was just like when Lauren Davis' toenail fell off for the umpteenth time, whatever happened with it.
She just
Halep,
stood
why
there.
are you standing up? Why are you standing there?
Go sit down.
Just sit down.
Get a drink.
Because
Get your nana too.
exactly.
Well, maybe she didn't want to get cold. She did. That's for her. She doesn't want to sit there.
But
and
then she started cramping. I'd get a drink of water because that's why you're cramping. Like she
or
just
it could be because she's playing 3 hours and 50 minutes. I mean, like,
this is
no. I mean, she's generally a fit person. She's a fit athlete. I mean, you never worry about her fitness. It's just a mental commitment to the match.
yes.
And you're right. I mean, like, for me, it's like, why is she allowing this little girl to get in her face? It's why you lost the French Open last year. You just allow people to dictate the match.
Lauren was dictating the match. Lauren was dictating the match. It was on Lauren to win or lose that match. Yes. And in fact, she lost the match. I know everybody's like, Halep won the match because yes, it has to be a winner, but Lauren lost the match.
She lost it.
She was the courageous player the entire time.
The whole time. If Halep isn't as fit as she is, because she's fit as fuck, man. Yeah, she is. If she wasn't that fit, no way in hell she won that match. No way.
She lasted long. She lasted longer.
She lasted longer. That's it. That is it. That's why she won. But I mean, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
For the spectacle
it was a good match to watch. For the spectacle that it was. It was a good match to watch.
You know,
I enjoyed I mean, I think this side of the draw provided some really good matches. I have to say, Shuei, look, I watched Shuei matches. I don't know why, because I was watching what I thought was unfucking believable tennis was happening. How this girl is able to destroy two very experienced WTA athletes. I mean, this is Muguruza. Muguruza took out the Williams sisters to win her majors. Okay, let's put that in perspective.
But it's not the same Muguruza, though. Muguruza showed up in Aussie land having some problems a little bit. She's not entirely 100%. Like, I know everybody doesn't want to believe that, but that's a part of what's happening too, you know?
I mean, Muguruza was making some reckless errors. Like, reckless errors.
That's Muguruza.
I didn't watch her.
That's Muguruza.
That's what she does.
Oh my
God. That sounds right to me.
But it's but no, but you know what it is,
right?
But this is the thing with Muguruza. Either if you're watching her and her fearless tennis is paying off, then she looks unbeatable. But then if if it just happens to, flip sideways, then it's suddenly like nothing's going right for her. And you're wondering how this woman is winning slams. But
she couldn't call upon anything. She didn't call upon everything. She was losing and she was just like, I'm losing. Sam Simic was just looking at her like, this bitch. Sam Simic was just like, his face was just like, this was a gimme match. No, this was the kind of second round matches you want for someone who's gonna be surviving the second week. You know what I mean? Because you can't win a major.
But you know what? It obviously isn't a gimme match because it's not one of those situations where she didn't back up a win. She then went on to take out another experienced player, which is Iga.
Right.
So there's something she's doing well, right? She's doing something tactically well. It can't just be on the fact that these people are not able to compete.
Well, Iga is not herself, really. She's 20. She's what, 29? I was just like, wow, what is this number? Am I seeing right? She's like 29 in the world or something, if I'm not mistaken. 26. And she was just making, I don't know, it's almost like the girl, it's almost like Shuei, it's not a girl, it's a woman. Almost like she just tells them, go for a bigger hit. Go one more time. Hit it harder. It's almost like she's lulling them into this safe, comfort. And I mean, she just did the thing. I mean, like, I was surprised that whenever she stood up to the line and she had to make it count, because she beat these two women in straight sets.
Love it.
She just stood there and she got the job done.
Good
I
deal.
mean, like, whatever she's selling,
it's a good side. It's a good side of the draw to do that on, actually. I mean,
and I have to say, her kid is looking good.
I mean, I think in moments like this, now I want to be able to see her against a player who is in full flight, right? And that's Kerber. So it's going to be really interesting to see what this player is really bringing to the table, because she's actually going to be competing with somebody who has played pretty damn, who's fit and is pretty solid. Like, Kerber looks like the Kerber you imagine has won slams. She looks unbothered. Yes. She's happy to be out there. I mean, the spanking that she gave to Sharapova, not that that means anything, because Sharapova is actually not, you know, a highly ranked player. Let's make that but I mean,
and she's Sharapova regular, right? She's not Super Saiyan.
But I mean, but you'd have to worry. I mean, I thought maybe Sharapova might be able to take it to 3 sets, because, you know, historically they've had some good encounters in the past, but Kerber was unbothered.
Oh, that first set, I'm telling you, it was like, for a minute there, I thought Kerber was Serena. It was just like, send that bullshit serve. Send that bullshit serve over here. Let me show you what to do with that. I mean, it was just crushing tennis. I mean, like, I'm sure Maria had a flashback. She had a flashback. She was like, wait a minute, where am I? 2007 Olympics. Like, what is it? I thought y'all said she wasn't pregnant. Check her skin. Make sure that it's Serena. That might be a wig and a mask on. I mean, I was surprised Kerber, because usually Kerber could be a slow starter. Yeah. But Kerber just like run all over her. It was just like she run back up over her, crushed her. It was just like, girl, I can do this to you. And you shouldn't be here. And that's what I was really impressed by this one, because Kerber was saying, girl, you shouldn't be here. You shouldn't be on this court. This shouldn't be about you. This should be about me. And the problem here is about you, and I'm going to fix it. I'm going to fix it right now. 6-1, 6-4. Go home. Get out of here. We don't want you here. And that was embarrassing, because the media would let you know Serena isn't here, so Maria should be unbothered by everybody else, right? Maria's supposed to.
Well, but generally, but that's good. That's a good story for the WTA, because usually that is the case. Is that if Maria is not, if Serena is not around, Maria will trust herself in this company. Maybe that was what it was. But you know what? This side of the draw, I think, regardless of Janina too, sad Janina, but this side of the draw actually held pretty steady in terms of the people who you expected to get through.
So we're supposed to get through, yes.
Let me see. Who do I got?
For you said not much, but everyone held steady. Like, it's not surprising that Barbara is there. Osaka,
you know what?
with her talent,
I still have Pliskova.
Yeah,
I have Kerber, and I have Keys. So I didn't do too bad.
Yeah, that's a good section. And the question was really about Garcia, because she was supposed to be injured, right? So
Maya said Pova looked washed up, and so did her dress.
Oh, that dress was ugly.
Let's put a pin in that for the end segment about the outfits. Sharapova's cheap ass dress. Pin that.
Yeah, we're going to be discussing that next week. All the fashion.
No, the end of this
fashion that wasn't
end of the podcast. Okay. But the other side of the draw, guys, was where the slaughter happened, I think.
So yeah. Wow. Okay.
Major disappointment. I have to say, major disappointment in Bencic. Major disappointment.
Very much so. I like, but then you know what? But then I saw Kumkum after. I didn't get to see the Bencic Kumkum match. I saw Kumkum play.
What's a Kumkum?
That's her last name, right? Kumkum?
Who is a Kumkum? That's a what? It's a who.
Isn't that Kumkum? Is that her last name?
No, it's Kumkum. It's Kumkum.
It's Kumkum. So yeah,
I think it's actually Kumkum. I actually think it's Kumkum.
I didn't want anybody to get all crazy with the sexual overtones. But you know, I saw her match. Her match against Martic was fantastic.
Good.
Movement.
I love that match.
I could see why she would give Bencic trouble, even because she retrieved everything, and then she returned it with interest. She would
Luxika Kumkum, that's her name.
Yeah, Luxika. She would do
love the drama, girl.
Yes. I'm just calling her out by her last name. So I could. She was, you know, she was fun. She was a fun player to watch.
Yeah, I was mad she lost the match because I was just like, Perch, no, do not hold your serve.
But Martic is a good
player.
She
was in it.
She was in it. She was, you know, she's a good server. She moves well on that forehand side. She can do some damage. I liked it. I mean, I think we have failed to talk about the match of this section, which I think is the Was Fet match. No,
I didn't watch that match.
I did. I watched the last set, I believe it was. Man, that's a meltdown. That's a meltdown for the books, no?
Which one?
Wozniacki.
Fet against
Fet. She was up 5-1, right?
I saw when she lost.
I didn't watch it.
I saw when she lost the first set, and I was like, "Oh, she's gonna lose."
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "I'm not surprised." And then calling me surprised next day, I checked my phone, and I was like, "What? Is this right?" Yeah.
You know, that's the kind of match where you feel like the person is like playing with extra life, right? Because Woz knows that she should have been out of that tournament. Knows it with all that's in her being that she should not be here. Same thing. She's going to play the next person who shouldn't be here either, Carla.
What you mean Carla shouldn't be here? Look, I told you.
Listen,
she battled hard.
Listen, it's not about battling. Let's be honest here. Let us just admit that Kantavi let that match go. She was having no problems. What was she? A set and 4-1 up, and she was so sad. I'm winning this. I'm winning this match, and she also served for the match in the third set. If I'm not mistaken, twice.
Listen, it was a choke like no one's seen in a while.
Look. I tell you what.
Carla pulled a Spaniard, which is just hit that ball back, girl. Just hit that.
Keep it in play. Keep it in play.
But it's
grind that shit out.
Carla looked like she ain't doing nothing across the net.
She was doing nothing.
Look at Carla and you're like, this bitch ain't gonna do me anything, right? But then all of a sudden, you find yourself in a weird position. What the hell did that shot come from? Carla was playing.
Carla, this was it. Carla in the second set. Like, Carla looks like she knows she's about to go right out of the tournament. And then she's like, she looks across the net and she's like, oh, you're self-destructing. Well, let me just hit some backhands at you.
Yeah. Carla, to me, Carla looked like she was just like, first of all, let's talk about Carla hair. Carla hair looked like she just rolled out of bed.
We gotta talk about her hair.
She looked like she just rolled out of bed last night.
But it's sexy. I like it. I like it. It's sexy.
There's nothing sexy about Carla's hair.
You know what? I like her. You know why? I like the hair. I like a lot of hair on Carla. I don't like it when she goes close shaved. This makes her look.
True. I do.
It's really cute. It's like it's very soft. It's very effective on her face.
I'm loving it. I love it.
You
need to cut that piece in the back though. That doesn't curl right. That sweaty piece. It looks like a mullet. She needs to get rid of that. But I have to say, I was watching the match when Carla was losing, and I was like, in my mind, I was just like, Carla. I told Andreen, and I told Janine, I said, Carla went missing from the toe like a black girl. She went missing, and nobody knew what I cared about Carla. Remember when Carla was the next hot thing? Carla was in top 10. Carla was in the finals of Miami.
Do you remember what happened with Carla when she was in the top 10? She returned to Spain in the top 10 and then proceeded to self-destruct at the Madrid tournament.
Exactly. Carla went missing. No one checked for Carla. WT Insider, no one checked for Carla.
Carla was busy growing her hair out.
Oh my God.
So I was watching the match and I was like, Carla, why is Kantavi? Isn't Kantavi the one who always loses from a winning position? Carla, why is this happening?
Carla's like, wait.
And then all of a sudden, Carla was just like, one more game. Just one more game. Just one more game. And Carla took that second set. And I said, okay, Kantavi is either going to get bageled or if she wins 2 games, she's
Carla doesn't bagel people.
No, she doesn't. But
Carla
you know what?
Don't need to bagel.
No, Carla will do. Carla, I think the last time I saw Carla do that was Gavrilova, if I'm not mistaken. Same Australian Open. I think Carla was playing, and I was like, Carla's losing. Next thing I know, I woke up the next morning. I heard Gavrilova had a meltdown, and Carla got through. I mean, that's Carla. But
hey, she knows how to capitalize on some bullshit. Apparently,
I mean, this side of
it was good tennis. It was solid tennis from Carla.
I can watch her backhand all day.
She looked great.
I love it.
She looked really great.
That shit can go anywhere. Anyway, it's like watching Justine when I like Justine.
I never liked her.
There's only, I mean, the standout player that everybody was, creaming over, which was the young teenager, Kostiuk. I mean, the most important thing about me for Kostiuk was that she's the best. She looked the best in that horrible Nike costume that they got going, because she had the body type for it. It was meant for a thin 15-year-old. So,
oh my God.
The qualifier in the fourth round.
Yeah, Kostiuk, the one who lost to Svitolina finally. She went the 50-year-old who went third round. She was a qualifier and she got all the way to the third round.
I think she took out. What did she do? Gerges?
No. That was Peng. She took out Peng and Forless Olivia Rogalska. She played really well, but
she played really well. Yeah,
she was noteworthy.
I definitely enjoyed this week.
But you know what? You know who also failed to deliver again this week, aside from Sloane? Sloane, Kasatkina. When is she gonna decide to be compelling?
I'm taking an Ostapenko on that one. I'm just gonna be like, I don't know how, because I'm down.
I saw the Lynette match, and Lynette was in full control of that match against Daria. I was like, wow, it was ridiculous. I turned on that match expecting a real fight battle, but Daria played like Ostapenko. They must know each other.
I think Sloane is leaving herself alone, and nobody's gonna be trying to play with Sloane and Brianna. Trust me.
I think I think it's good.
At this point, we need to fully accept the fact that Sloane is taking an Anna Ivanovic route to have a major win.
Do it, girl. Do it. You know what?
She's taking
this is when we know equality works. You be the most beautiful one slam winner there is, and keep collecting checks until you retire. Do it.
Yes, and I'm not mad at that. But don't show up at tournament saying you're serious, and you have come out Mari trying to tell you shit. I'm making that man waste his time coming out there. No,
time is wasted. He's getting paid, and she's getting paid. Let her be.
True.
Let her be.
Fair enough.
Let her be.
So wait a minute. Let me just to be clear here. We're giving Sloane a pass.
I'm not giving her a pass.
What's going on here?
There's no pass. I'm just saying Sloane is not. Sloane is still collecting checks, and she's showing up, and she's like, listen, my head is in the clouds still because I just signed a big ass check with Nike, so I'm gonna just enjoy myself for a while. She told y'all. She said, don't worry, I'm gonna get it together. But meanwhile, check out Madison Keys.
No. Feature my friend. I'm featuring my friend Maddie.
I want to know if this has ever happened before. Have we ever had someone win a Grand Slam and not win another match for this long? Have we seen this before? This is so weird.
Probably Eva Maioli.
You always whip out Eva Maioli. Poor Eva.
Oh my God.
But I have to say, look, I have to say, look, Sloane wasn't winning that match, right? She was up, so she stood for the match.
Yeah, she was.
I was about to tweet. I was gonna, tag you ladies, and I was gonna tag Chad. I was gonna say like, look, Sloane finally got out the slump. But I said, better judgments. I said, hold up, Reels. Wait a minute. Because that other girl knows this girl can't serve out a match. That was some of the most horrible. I mean, Sloane was hitting the bottom of the net. She was putting. Yeah. It was almost like she was allergic to winning.
Oh my God!
And it was, this is not a matter of this is not injury. It's just I don't know if she's ready to deal perhaps with the pressure that if she gets another run, then that weight is gonna be on her again. I mean, coming out for the U.S. Open, we know she's talented and everything. That was trying to prove a point, not necessarily a point, but she had a lot to try to get herself to come back from an injury, right? Am I fit to contend with these ladies on tour? So that was her motivation. And then she achieved this, big obstacle. She likes to talk about the haters and, she proved to the haters. But no, girl, you get a new set of haters here because...
I don't care.
You're being a hot mess.
You know what? I honestly don't mind it because in a weird way, that was a really unusual run for Sloane. Like it was an unusual period of what, maybe 3 months, 3 months.
She won a Grand Slam and she has not even won a single match.
It doesn't like, I don't feel like it's I don't
weird.
feel like, I mean, maybe it's weird, but it doesn't feel like a genie spiral. I mean, I really think that she put together not that harsh, but she put together a really nice run. And I think what's actually somewhat interesting about it is in contrast to somebody like a Madison Keys, who in some ways she lost that final because she just got outplayed, right? She didn't play, she froze. But in a weird way, you can also see that Madison was the one that was improving, right? She had been the one that was sort of, and now you're seeing that consistency with Madison. Like she's showing up, she's winning matches, she's doing what needs to happen. So in a weird way, it's almost like the US Open was the outlier. You know, she put together a really nice, solid run. And you know what? We used to see that on tour where people would just put together a nice run and you never see them win another thing again. I mean, like, not as bad in the sense that they're not winning matches. But I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
I just feel like Sloane's better than this and something's going on.
But she probably is. But you know what? Kerber won 2 slams and went down into some dark place, and we are finally seeing her back.
Yeah. She went into a dark place, and she lost some matches that she definitely should have won. But she didn't go on a 50,000 million, 11 billion losing streak.
Except, I have a feeling you could see. Would it be shocking to you if Sloane turned up at the U.S. Open and went on a nice run again? Would that shock you?
Well, you see the problem, but hold up, Andreen. I have
no,
to say,
it never shocks me when she plays well. Mm-hmm. I'm not shocked because she's talented, which is why I don't understand why she hasn't won one single match. Not one single match since she took home that trophy.
Not even doubles. Not even in doubles.
Nothing.
Well,
like
she probably needs to stop doing doubles with the other person who's having a struggle.
Wait. No, don't blame Jeannie for this. Do not blame Jeannie for this.
They both are.
Here's the other thing too.
They both get together and play.
Here's the thing though. I mean, Sloane didn't just show up at the US Open and played well. She was playing well all summer.
For the summer, though. For the summer.
So we gotta wait for the summer to see if she still knows how to play tennis. That's what you're telling me.
She's a perennial flower. She's a perennial flower.
She might come out. She might come out of her fog. She might come out of her fog in the summer. I mean, I actually think that Sloane might begin to play a little bit better come I take Clay. Yeah, which is I know, but you know why? Because you know what? She likes it. She likes it. She gets to play longer matches. Yeah, she gets to play longer matches. She gets, it's like I feel like she can get back into her groove and her rhythm. Honestly, I feel like Sloane is having maybe too good of a time being feeded.
She to put that man to the side. Send that man to me. Let me take care of him.
No, we're not blaming the dude.
Yeah. Maybe he is a huge distraction because that motherfucker will be distracting
me. Yes, he is.
Oh, damn. That is a beautiful man.
Yes, he is.
So I think, let me see. I don't think there were any other standout matches on this section of the draw. I mean, there were upsets. This is what this section brought us. Upsets. I mean, are we going to talk about Venus or are we going to just let that one?
Yeah, we're going to let that slide.
You want to let Venus slide though. Okay.
Look, Venus is old.
You know what? And when she lost, Coco lost too. So I was just like, thank you, tennis Jesus. So I had to take the bad with the good. I just had to take it.
So let's round out. Let's round out. Let's round out the that kind of beard. Let's round out the women though. Let's finish them up.
Okay, I got.
Who do you have?
I seriously don't know who's left. I don't know.
So let's who's left. We have.
Wait, let's go back to the. We'll go back to the other side. We're at the quarters now. So yeah, you're right. You have Halep versus
Osaka, standout for Osaka, who finally got over that third round hump.
Yeah, I don't expect her to do much from here. Do you guys?
Osaka?
Actually,
I think, with a hampered Halep, if Halep is not 100%, I would take a little bit of Osaka aggression and really controlling.
I feel like Osaka doesn't have the mindset
She should. But
just my
the thing
thought.
is, you're right. I mean, the question is, does Halep have enough left? I mean, she has had a day to recover. Clearly
Halep
that
will be fine physically. I do.
clearly that ankle was.
But
not
Halep
a
isn't going to
that's a
be like
problem.
Osaka isn't going to feel like she's facing a top player though. Halep doesn't read that way.
I don't think it
Yeah.
matters. That's what
Halep
I'm
reads
saying.
like she's a scrub.
Naomi is fragile in the head.
But this is a good chance for Naomi. Let's just say, because if she gets through, yeah, I mean, one more chance to get to a quarterfinal. Why not? And then you got Barbara versus Coplis. What's the head-to-head on that one? I feel like Coplis will handle that, but
Yeah, I think Coplis should handle that one. But they're gonna make it be all about the coaching drama and whatnot. Look, Czech players ain't that interesting, people. Yeah, stop it.
I know.
Don't try to make some kind of telenovela out of the Czech Republic. Okay?
The Czech
only
Republic.
Petra got that on lockdown. Okay, don't be trying to involve these other girls in that mess. Okay,
Although Barbara takes a good picture.
Yes, she does. She cleans up really well.
She looks great. Off court. Not on court so much though. She's always kind of messy.
So shady.
She always look like that woman in the office who's muttering to herself and busy behind her.
Do you even realize?
And then she shows up at the party looking like a glamour puss. I was like,
listen,
exactly.
This is what I need to point out. This is what I need to point out right now, because everyone thinks that Andreen is so fucking nice. She is the shadiest one of all of us. She just throws these little digs in that y'all don't catch. And you think,
I said this all the
the
time.
voice of reason, Andreen is shady as fuck. She just says shit, slips it in real quick, and then moves on before you catch it. Just so you know.
All I said was she looked good off court.
Yeah, that's all, huh? That's all you said.
Have you seen a Barbara Speta photo shoot? Those two are competing photo shooters. They don't look the same on court.
When they say makeup does wonder, makeup does wonder. I'm telling you. Those ladies bring it in space.
They bring it. They bring it. I love it. I think we think that Kerber gets comfortably through that match. No,
Kerber's gonna win this whole damn thing.
No.
Who's gonna win?
Potential good match coming up is Keys Garcia. I think that has like the potential to be another good 3-setter. I think, if hopefully, we don't know.
Yeah. But you see, this is why I'm never gonna root for Madison Keys, because the minute you root for Madison Keys don't root for herself.
Chris about to come,
and then she show up as a hot mess in the finals, and I ain't got time to see that US Open final on repeat anywhere, anytime. Plus,
so who makes it?
I ain't want
semis?
Max Eidenberg win shit.
That's true.
I am gonna say Garcia and Osaka. Those are my pick, and I'm sticking to it.
I guess I have to stick with the pick I had, which is Coplis versus Kerber. That's what I still have, and I'm gonna keep it. What about you, Janina, for this section?
All of my girls are gone.
But who do you think will?
Well, you got a fresh start.
I get a fresh start.
Yeah. So who do you think?
I think Pliskova gets there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I think Madison will get through there. I do.
Ooh, Madison and Coplis. That'd be
I don't
fun.
know. I don't know who's going to stop Madison. I don't think it's going to be Garcia. I don't. If Madison can keep her head right, she's in that final.
And that is the problem. Therein lies.
Because and I'm going to tell you why. Because if Madison Keys and Caroline Pliskova,
don't do it, Janina. Don't do it, Janina.
No.
Let's
remember that Pliskova can't move. Madison loves when someone hands her power. And Pliskova hits one of the biggest balls on tour. So she can take that and give it back with interest to K Plisk. So all she's got to do is make her run, because the bitch can't run. Madison can run. Madison can move.
You got a fresh new draw, and you're going to put in shambles again. Nope.
No, Madison can move. Madison can handle.
Janina is our risk taker. She's our risk taker.
No. I think I'm being very rational.
I can't imagine you thinking that Madison Keys gets through Kerber, because I think Madison Keys is not a great mover, and I think Kerber will make her run her ass. Right?
Oh, I forgot about Kerber.
Exactly.
Okay, wait. Retraction.
Okay, now you're getting rational.
But I like your idea, though.
Apparently,
I like
everyone
my
is picking
idea,
Maddie
too.
to win the whole thing. Everyone's picking
That's
Farrah,
good.
Farrah 10, Chris.
Interesting. Good deal.
But Dima says Maddie body will break down. It's a mind. It's not in the body. It's
Well,
definitely the mind that will break.
Sometimes her body does break down. The last time she played here, and I mean, it's weird because she was sort of still a little bit in recovery, I guess. So we'll see.
Chad is picking Madison. Brianna, what are you saying about Djokovic? I can't trust you, Diva Dow fans, when y'all talk about Djokovic.
Okay, we're about to.
Halep is as injured as Djokovic. You'll see him in the semis.
Hey,
that's okay. Let's get to
Caroline
the second.
Wozniacki wins.
Well, I think she has
Caroline
a good chance.
Wozniacki versus Svitolina is my
That's
pick
my
for the
semis. Yeah, that's my semis too.
Svitolina snatch that wig as always.
I don't know. I have a sneaking suspicion. Let's but also
That Woz will
Janina.
take it.
So Janina, what is one important way that we can continue to keep up on the tennis? Where to
one
find
way
it?
that we can, and it's so helpful if I would actually go there. So I'm gonna start. That's my New Year's resolution. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop abusing my friendship with the runner of tenniswatchers.com, and I'm gonna actually start using the website more because
instead of calling him, instead of texting him and say, Tennis Watcher, could you tell me? You too can get your own personal text. Where should I watch this?
Right, because that's what I do. I'm lazy like that. I mean, I'm just keeping it real. I don't want to do that extra click. But listen, I want y'all to click the link. Don't be Sharapova. Click the link. Go to tenniswatchers.com and you can find out what's happening in the future because, they live in the future in Oz. And who's playing when, where, keep up on rain delays, the schedule, order of play, everything. Who's on what court. It'll give it all to you.
It's actually important because Australia doesn't actually have a functioning website. So
that's right. So it's shit city. Has it worked at all? Has it worked at all? Like, I don't think it has. But you know what works? Tenniswatchers.com.
Lovely. I saw a few people had some calendars. So I'm hoping you all are enjoying the month of January.
Yes. Don't be like Andreen. Please enjoy every month. Don't rip the pictures out just because it's not your fave.
You know what? I don't just rip the pictures out and put them in the trash. I rip the pictures out and post them around the office so other people can enjoy those afterwards. You've got quite a lot of admirers, Tony. You've got some admirers, Tony.
Listen, you can get your calendar if you go to tenniswatchers.com, check out the merch section, and use the code Reels Down Under, REALZ Down Under. 15% off just for you.
Oh, that's great. How professional do we sound? Awesome.
It's scary, isn't it?
Now it is time to go to the wasteland that is the men.
Yes, it is.
Tell us everything you know about the men, Janina. I know you got a book.
This is the year when Janina is taking real notes.
Listen. Almost all of the Trumpers are gone, so that's good.
Oh, good news.
That's the first good news of the day.
One remains. The fucking worst one remains.
That's how it always works.
That's how it is. You have to and you have to kill you have to take the hardest one down harder.
The devil is alive. True. We are here in Tennis Church to bring down the devil. All right? We're going to bring him down.
Dennis, whatever the fuck his name's Sangren. And Dominic,
Sangren.
Don't be like Kiki. Don't be like your girl Kiki and fuck it up. Okay?
I just want to say,
I
want to give
2, 1, and 2.
I want to give a shout out to @BadToss for doing God's work and breaking down
that's right.
Sangren's homophobia and racism so clearly online. I mean, for people who care about supporting athletes that hold views that don't want, people to die or to lose their rights. These are things that people, if you care about those things, @BadToss has done a really wonderful piece on
amazing.
Sort of observing him throughout his era, his time, and all the exchanges that he's had online, and the way where he's basically just kind of revealed his ignorance. And so, because American media is not going to tell you all of that, they're busy trying to tell us 5 things to know about him, but they haven't mentioned any of those in their 5.
No, they haven't told you the 5 things he lets you know about himself all the fucking time. Right? None of those things he ever tells you, right? He tells you that he's a homophobe, he's a racist, he loves Trump, he hates people of color. I mean, come on now. It says, and he happens to play tennis. People are trying to be like the nice racist.
Let's
look
just
at people. There is no such thing as a nice racist.
Just go to. They
could be nice to their families, just like serial killers have friends. I mean, listen, we all know what that is, but we don't invite serial killers to our houses.
Go to @BadToss on Twitter. @BadToss. She has it pinned to her profile. Take a few minutes and read. Reading is important. It is fundamental. Read, people. Read.
All right. So, so let's take a look at the men's draw. How do you guys do this time around? How'd you do, Janita? Yeah. Did you survive?
Well, I mean, no.
Pretty much.
How you doing, Reels? How you doing?
I got Diva Dal and Diego because I wanted Diego to take out John, but somebody took out Isna for me earlier. I was happy for that. I did have Simone get into Chilich, but I forgot PCB is really playing good, solid tennis on the hard court.
Mm-hmm.
This is no lie.
He's not just not just the Spaniard that can play on clay.
Exactly,
actually. I think he has better results on hard, actually. But
yes, that is true. He actually don't really like the clay, but he is a journeyman, so he used to play a lot of challenges on clay back in the day. Now he's getting real money now. And Dimitrov versus Nick. We're in the first top half.
I know. Okay.
Similar to the women's side, if you notice, the top half has held steady.
I do.
Yeah.
My fuck up was putting Dolgopolov meeting Nadal in the 4th round.
Yeah. You're Mikhail again.
He just won a title. I mean, come on. I did have PCP in Chilich. I just picked and I got the winner right. I had Dimitrov and Kyrgios. I got the winner wrong. That bottom section there, I don't even know who's left because I had Kohlschreiber and Anderson.
It's Edmund versus Seppi. I think most of us, I don't know, most of us thought Anderson might do better and do well in that section. I mean, we don't want to call it an Anderson. I don't want to call it an Anderson section, but
there's no such thing.
But it was kind of his section to do what he wanted to do.
It's a Kohlschreiber Schreck. It was a Pui section for me. It was
it was about Jack Sock section. But besides that, everyone has kind of held steady. Everyone who got through got through as you expected. So that's actually been a nice little section right there. So out of this, we get Rafa versus Chilich, and then we get Nick versus Edmund. No, not Nick. Grigor. That was wishful thinking.
How do you feel about Nadal and Chilich?
You know what?
Is that a potential upset? Because I feel like it is.
Okay, it is. Let me just say something.
Janina, don't do that.
Oh, wait. So Chilich versus PCB. There was some really beautiful ball striking that was happening in that match from both of them. And Chilich was hitting the way he hit at the US Open, like a clean ball. Some of the rallies were ridiculous, particularly in the 3rd set, like towards the end of the 3rd set. He was just hitting really good. He was just doing really good tennis. The biggest problem he had in some ways was was PCB's retrieval of balls. Like just one more ball here, just one more ball. But in a real world where it's not Rafa and it's just Rafa playing the way Rafa has played to date, Chilich should be the favorite in that match. But we know that Rafa has that extra special thing.
But can we listen? Rafa struggled against Diego.
Wait.
Let's be real.
Chad said, I should have picked Edmund. I listened to y'all. We didn't even know Edmund was in that section of the draft. So don't even come for us.
No. He was in the section. But you know what? No. Listen, who thought Edmund was going to get through Anderson? I mean, like Edmund, Edmund is having an unusually good run. Let's not pretend that this is... Yes, everyone's like Edmund saying hard work is finally paying off. But listen, this is a pretty good run for Edmund, okay?
He got in shape. That's what it is.
He also shouldn't have made it through the Basilashvili match, but what are we going to do?
But you know, Edmund, we would have appreciated this back in Paris. When you had that. We would have appreciated some of that then. Had you showed us that then, we would have expected you to do something here. But you know what?
I mean,
quarterfinals money here is better than
what are you
Paris
going to say?
Money, so.
Sorry.
We need to address our chat.
What?
Someone says Rafa doesn't have hair. Doesn't he even shave his legs? No, he doesn't. And I'm going to tell you, because I actually had this thought. It crossed my mind today or last night. The days are all running into each other. I don't know. When I was watching this, Rafa's legs look so smooth on TV. I used to think he shaved his legs too. So I made it a point to check out his legs closely when I saw him in person. And he doesn't shave his legs. It just doesn't show up on TV. He actually does have hairy legs.
Dark hair.
Put that out there.
But you know who doesn't have legs, but that's on the other side of the draw. We'll talk about who returned to the tour hairless and therefore lost his powers.
So someone asked me, why is it that Rafa doesn't shave his head? I said, maybe this motherfucker thinks he's Samson because
we gonna talk about this. With Delpo. No, but listen, the same reason why Rafa doesn't shave his legs or hair is the same reason why Rafa showed up sleeveless as a 30-something-year-old man trying to recapture the youth.
Can't even talk about that.
Okay, we're gonna talk about the failure of that.
But
Nike
I have to say
later.
that my problem with Cilic versus Rafa is that, first of all, we know if PCB had won that match, PCB was going to show up in that match. He might not even have showed up, right?
Yeah, he might have had the knee injury.
Might have the knee injury. PCB girl, if you're going to go out with some bandage, at least look better. That shit was falling out. It looks, no.
What's that, right?
Talking to alcohol, man. Like, God,
who put that shit on?
I mean, come on, no.
Blame the trainer.
Listen, AT
put that on with office tape.
I can do tape like that.
Wait. Okay, so but what's your point?
Anyway,
what's your point about what was going to happen in the match?
If Cilic, my problem with Cilic is that it was a good match. I did watch that match. I was supporting my boo, but then I really wanted Cilic to win because I was like, it's gonna be a hot fucking mess if PCB gets through the quarterfinal. But Cilic seemed to be forgetting who he is and what he's supposed to do. An all-court game. When he's moving forward, using all aspect of his game.
Wait. Have you met Cilic? Cilic is not all court in that way. Cilic does not move forward. Cilic was rallying better. That's when he is playing well. But Cilic
no. Check the numbers, because when it was a long rally, PCB was winning the rallies. But
what I'm saying is, Cilic, you usually couldn't get Cilic to go long in a rally, period.
Right.
Eventually, but what happened
is better at it, but PCB was being more effective. But
what I'm saying is, don't say that Cilic goes to the net. Cilic does not approach the forecourt at all.
He has some, he can do something, because you are not going to out hit Nadal. You're not going to.
No,
not in that aspect. No.
But if you're Delpo, you can. This is what I'm saying. Cilic needs to learn. Cilic is a big guy. Cilic is a big, solid, big guy. He should be hitting a bigger ball, and he should be using his serve better. You're not going to have, and he has to go for his forehand. Like, he can't go around and try to get into the rallies that PCB got into. But I'm saying his ground strokes were really solid. Usually you get 2 or 3 balls, and then it's flying off the racket of Cilic. When Cilic is playing well, his groundies game is on par with what it was in the PCB.
But that's the thing. I felt that PCB was able to stay in the conversation because there was no runaway set. As soon as Cilic got to the advantage, he gave back the break. And I thought PCB was in the conversation at too many points for far too long. And I'm just like, if this is the mess Cilic is going to bring to Vidal, it's going to be a wrap. 6-2, 6-3, 6-4.
I don't think it's going to be 6-2, 6-3, 6-4. I don't think so. But I think that I think it has the potential to be competitive. But I don't know if I'm going to buy the idea that Cilic is going to beat Rafa, though. Although Rafa is struggling.
Oh, I don't think so. I don't think Rafa is struggling. That is true. And he don't look cute struggling in that kit. Oh my God, that kid annoys the fuck out of me. It's just like, why is this happening? Why is this kid on him?
But I think Rafa. Listen, can we talk about the match that is not to be, which is Nick versus Rafa? Really, Why was Nick playing the way he was playing last night? Like, what happened? Why did Nick decide that he was going to go out and not have control of his ground strokes in a Grigor match?
I mean, like, I like Nick. I think Nick would be a really cool person to hang with and all of that. But Nick as a tennis player, I don't trust Nick as a tennis player. And I want to be on Nick. I want Nick to be a thing on the court. And I think he will be an amazing spokesperson for tennis afterwards, though tennis don't want to believe it. But Nick is like, Nick, you cannot allow people like Grigor to dictate anything.
Yeah.
You have to come out there and control the match from the jump. Like, you can't allow it to get to tiebreakers because then shit get messy in there. Like, as soon as you drop those first 2 sets, I knew, because you don't have the stamina to stick out for 5 sets. Then you're there arguing with your box that needed to stand up. Like, those things are not the thing that you should be concentrating on. And if it's one thing Grigor has done better this time around, is that he is on the court. He's on the court. Because Mackenzie McDonald should have kicked his ass. He shouldn't have even gotten out the second round. Grigor should have been home. Because that kid was playing such amazing tennis. The only reason why he lost is his inexperience. It's only because Grigor was a more experienced player. And he knows it's going to be real shit trying to serve out that 5th set, trying to serve that out. That's going to be the shit. Like, because he is
Did it go 5?
serving second. It
The
did
Nick
go, no,
Maddles
not
sleep.
Nick. No, Grigor versus
Nick.
that Mackenzie. It did go 5 sets. And let me just
Okay.
put it out here, people.
And also,
All-
Grigor should have. Grigor looked spotty the whole time. He looked spotty against
He looked
McDonald,
spotty.
and he looked spotty against Rublev. But he did not look spotty against Nick, because Nick did not bring what Nick usually brings into that.
Well, and
Exactly.
Grigor knows that he has to bring it against Nick because they play tight matches.
But the thing is, Nick
He knew
didn't.
he had
Nick,
to be on.
Nick, the only thing that was on for Nick in this match was his serve.
I'm
And
gonna tell
I
you
mean,
what.
Oh, let me
I have to
hold
say,
on before we go any
if
further. Let me
if
just
your
put this out
ground-
here, because
Go ahead.
I know these tennis thoughts out here be trying to come for shit. I am claiming Mackenzie McDonald for myself first and foremost. So all the other thoughts can get in line.
You can
Just
claim
putting
him
it
all
out
you
there.
want. He's American. I don't know what the hell his views are yet.
Go
So
ahead.
you claim him. all
Yeah,
you
it could
want.
be exactly.
Good luck on that
But
one.
he's a person of color. He's a person of color. So
All your skin folks.
he might not be attractive.
I tried so hard to stay up for Grigor and Nicholas. I tried, and I saw them come out on court,
Mhm.
and then I fell asleep. And I woke up, and Grigor was on court. I woke up, and it was tight wherever it ended. I don't even know how many sets it went.
4.
And then I woke up, and it was over. But I knew it was good because Jason came home from work, and I had fallen asleep on the couch, with my glasses on, hoping that I would wake up and watch tennis. And he said that he watched it. And I was like, what?
The two of
You
them
did
play.
what? He said it was good.
They play compelling tennis.
He said,
Those
I don't
two-
really know who that was. He said, but that was good. And I was like, damn, if Jason Reed watched tennis, I missed some good shit.
It was good tennis.
That's what I was thinking.
But you know what? Can I say it? Grigor learned his lesson from the last encounter, because Grigor's serve was not on, which is why Nick was able to be all over him in Brisbane. But he was like, what was his first serve percentage? Up to 80%.
Shut up. Are you serious?
Yes. When I was in the
Yes.
middle of the third set, if your first serve percentage is up to 80%, I think his was 81 and Nick was 80, then this match is going to come down to the ground game, and Nick had no ground game. And Grigor can rally forever and get to impossible shots. And people are like, well, Nick never had a ground game. Did you watch Nick in Miami? Nick versus Nole? That's what he does. He's not going to rally forever, but he usually is much smarter about going forward, ending points. He didn't do any of that. Yeah, he was like giving Nick.
He was completely offering him.
Yeah, he was giving
Completely
Grigor
off.
like softballs, and I was like, Grigor will do this all day with you. Like that's so. Like, I mean, and when Grigor failed to serve out, listen, Grigor could have won that shit in straights. Okay, he really could have. He really could have won it in. I mean, so it's like, I mean, it was a good match, but I think Nick was there. That's not the Nick that wins big matches. The way he played that match is not the Nick that wins big matches, which is. He's much more aggressive in doing what he does on the floor. I just didn't see that. And I was like, I was watching going, what are you doing? I mean, think about this. The next match is Edmund. That's a gimme to a semifinal for that kind of person.
I mean, like, are we going to see Dimitrov in his first final?
He might.
Possibly?
I mean, love for him because you know what? If Dimitrov meets Divadal again and fucks up that semifinals,
there's no way
I will punch that motherfucker.
He should have won last
throat.
year.
But you know what? Maybe it's the Stan story. You know the Stan story where he had that horrible loss to Novak and then came back and did it? Because Grigor is playing well.
He's playing very well.
He's playing extremely well.
However, I don't know. I don't know if he was faking this injury, but he was definitely had a limp wrist when he was playing Mackenzie. He was definitely holding his wrist. But I mean, granted that
he didn't show up in the Rublev match and it didn't show up in the Nick match.
But I was about to say you never, because Danny was looking at him, motherfucker, why the fuck is this happening? And he had some kind of excuse, but like my wrist is kind of fragile. He had to say, because Danny was just like, why is it happening? But Mackenzie is my standout story on the men's side. I don't know if it's a flash in the pan, but it's a shame he's only 5'10". But I don't know who is coaching this American man, but they need to get that person to coach the other American man.
Well, this section, this section also had Shapovalov versus Tsonga and Tsonga versus Nick. Two really solid, really fun encounters. Look, those were the standout moments in that match.
About the Ashley Barty for the ATP. No one can convince me that Dennis is a thing that I should be concerned about.
Well, don't worry, honey. I don't know why you're not. Listen, you're so funny. You're sitting around trying to tell me about Mackenzie, but you can't see the value of Shapovalov. Okay, real.
The value.
No, because Dennis is box office. I know you don't like it.
Nope.
He plays a fun style. He plays fun all-court tennis. He's really cool.
I like him fine.
He goes for his shots. And you know what? He's a highlight reel. That, I mean, like, his encounter with Tsonga is one of the best matches.
Diego Schwartzman is doing better on the ATP.
Oh, stop yourself, honey. Stop yourself. Come on.
The numbers are there.
The numbers don't matter. Diego Schwartzman didn't beat Rafa, did he?
No, I don't mean like, yes, you're right. He might not be box office to one win. That's like,
it's not box office for one win.
That's like us featuring Roberta Vinci.
No, you are wrong.
Don't say that. Don't say that. It's not one win. He consistently shows up on court and is fully committed and is exciting to watch and engaged to watch. He's not my favorite either, but I'm going to give him that. He gets people excited.
I am not on that bandwagon. I'm sorry.
That's
next bus,
fine.
Please. Next bus,
listen, Reels. How are you going to fit all of the satellite and Shapovalov on your bandwagon? You can't. You got PCB up in there.
Brianna, I can't take your agreement because you are a diva downstairs.
She doesn't think. So of course he's basic. He beat Rafa. Duh. We know where this is coming from.
Brie. You can't count, Brie. I'm sorry. You can't count.
Listen, Shapovalov, whatever you think of him, he generates excitement in others, right? Same thing with Rafa. Whatever you think of him, he generates excitement in others. People like to watch his tennis. And you know what? He delivers. He should have won that Tsonga match. He didn't. Poor thing. Choked on that serving for the match moment. But but you know what? It was a really good match. He played, and then Tsonga. You know I'm always beating up Tsonga, but can I just say Tsonga really put together two really good matches back to back. Like his encounter with Nick was solid. I didn't expect him to show up and look like he cared, but he did. And his kit showed me he cared too. So that was a really good match. So for you, it was Griggs McDonald was a really standout match.
Yeah, I think there's potential here. I think there's potential on the American side. Like I would have to say I would feature him higher than Francis Tiafoe. Do I want Tiafoe to be a thing? Mm-hmm. But what the work ethic I see from that kid, like how he was thinking about the constructing points on court, that unfortunately he's only 5'10", and your body gonna be like Kenny Shikori's.
Careful.
So, but I'm going to
Jack Sock versus Sugita. That was a good match. As well.
Well, I know Sugita had already had that ticket since Hotman Cup.
Indian Wells as well, I think.
Right. And so Jack Sock tried to play like he was injured in Hotman Cup, but Sugita was just like, bring your ass here. Again. That
was a good first round encounter. So, and his excitement at getting through that match and beating a seed, beautiful. Beautiful story right there. That was really good. I wish he could have gotten his ass through the Karlovic match because, you know, everyone should be able to get through a
Has
Karlovic match.
Shapovalov won a title? I don't know.
Shapovalov?
Nope.
I don't think.
Yeah.
Nope.
No.
But what does it matter? Reels think it doesn't matter when you win. A
Maya
title.
was asking. I don't know.
No, I don't think he has. I think he's had great matches. He's had good encounters. He's had lively matches, but he hasn't won a title. And you know, my favorite player hasn't won a title in forever, except just recently. So maybe he's following the Monfils school.
Oh God, please no.
Who? Oh,
Shapovalov being exciting but not winning title.
Oh God.
Speaking of, can we go to the other side where we can talk about the Monfils' failure to actually bring something to the table against Japan?
I wasn't even worried. I wasn't even worried about Monfils. I was just mad at Goffin. I was like, Goffin, what the fuck, dude? What the fuck?
Yeah, Goffin.
He's on this side of the draw?
Yeah, this is
he
side.
is.
Yep.
I was like,
this is
Goffin,
the side. Girls and boys, you should take a look at my third round. I got none of those things right. This side of the draw was slaughtered.
Yeah. I mean, I've got Goffin.
Yeah, I know.
In the quarterfinals.
Ugh.
Monfils.
Yep.
I had Wawrinka in the third round.
Yeah. I was bad. I had Delpo.
Query.
Oh yeah, I had Query too in the quarter in the fourth round.
Yeah, like crazy.
I mean, I guess okay. So I'm never surprised.
Who did you think was going to make it through that section? Why couldn't Query get through Fukosevic and you know what I mean, Thompson and all of the names down there? He's got the best.
I had Query into the fourth round for sure.
I don't remember who I picked. But I didn't trust anybody. I don't trust anybody in this section but Federer.
You never trust Sam Querrey.
Yeah, even though he's had some pretty
girl, you call him mayonnaise. Why should I trust anyone who's mayonnaise? I mean, come on. And thank you, Dina. I picked a qualifier, and I believe Fusovic is just as well be a qualifier. Okay, well, he looks fucking hot. I mean, I'm gonna claim him because
let me just say he's pretty. He's pretty.
I see him in a club. I'm fucking that man in the bathroom.
He looks like my banker. He looks good. He looks like a banker. He looks like a Wall Street bank. He looks like
I have no idea what we're even talking about.
He's pretty. That's what he's coming
Who
for.
Is this? I need to look him up.
He's coming for Berdich's wig.
Give me a name.
Matan Fusovic. He's playing Federer next round.
So you'll get to know him very well. He was he also played in Basel and had a nice little time there. But you know what? Because Federer checks for everybody, he trained with him already.
I'm telling you, look. This is why Federer would say. This is why Federer would say exactly.
Exactly.
I was that boy in the bathroom. I'm telling you.
Oh,
I will do him in the bathroom. I ain't got look.
Yes.
Look.
Yes.
Hello. Okay, but how is his tennis?
Effective. I think I think he takes risks with his tennis. If I remember correctly from the little I saw from him in Basel, he looked like a bit more of an all quarter. He had a very nice run. Didn't he get all the way to what? Maybe the third, almost the quarterfinals, if I'm not mistaken, the last time?
I've already said this, this is how Federer stays at number 2. Federer checks on everybody.
Eating the blood of the young.
He checks that. I mean, this is what you gotta do. Federer checks everyone. He and Sev takes notes. And be like, so
why are people
tell me the last time you ever hear
this?
Federer say, I've never seen that player before.
Federer always practices with the young people. People think that like he's being nice and being inclusive.
That's how he reads their game.
This is how he learns what you're doing, boo. If you were smart, you'd say no. But you're such a fan, you go, oh my God, Federer wants to hit.
But you know what? But you know what? You know what? I mean, it is a.
Can I tell you?
It's a strategy.
Okay, let me just say, Foucault.
No, but it works for both players as well.
Janina, you wanted some things about Fukosevic, right? He was at the Swiss indoors. He beat Florian Mayer. He beat Jared Donaldson, and then he took Cilic to 3 tiebreakers, to a third set tiebreaker. He was playing really good against Cilic in the quarterfinals. So he's a solid all-court kind of player. That's what I remember him. But he's mostly a challenger guy. So
I just tweeted his picture so y'all can go check it out.
But anyway, continue with your theory reels.
No, I just feel that it works for both players, right? It works for both for it because for one, they get to see the work ethic. This man is near grandpa, thanks to Shawnee, and he is out here working hard. He's putting in the hard work in the off season, so they get to see that, and they get to learn something that worked for Pui for a little bit, right? Remember? This worked for Pui, and Pui got his life together. And then all of a sudden, Pui was just like, you know what? I'm French, so I don't give a fuck. I'll just show up to tournaments when I feel like. I don't want to work really hard. I'm gonna drink soda.
He won Davis Cup.
But
he's been living for that for a while.
That's what they do nowadays.
Yes, he can, especially France.
But you know what?
And Federer gets to learn their game.
But you know what? You guys are sleeping on somebody. You know who likes to play spoiler? Berdych.
He got his old hairstyle back.
Listen, I'm a little scared for Berdych. I'm not scared for Berdych. I'm never surprised when Berdych does well. I'm never surprised because he can always do well. He's just somebody that floats around there that either is going to flop or kill your faith. I mean, that's what he does. So I'm not surprised that he's there, but I have not seen Federer play. So I have no gauge of where his game is at. So I don't know what to think about this. I have not seen him at all.
Interestingly, I think Federer and Rafa, let's see. I think Gasquet gave Federer a little bit of I'd say a pretty good test. And I think Federer would be
never ask the heterosexual woman to go pick a picture of a hot man for you to see his dark over.
Listen,
Janina, come on now. That was such a horrible picture.
Okay, then you put your competing.
I'm gonna fix it.
You put your picture up there where you show his penis because that's what I recognize when you all pick a picture. Oh. I mean, can you pick a picture with the person's face too, or do you just focus on the body? Is that all you do?
It's Sunday. I'm not gonna do that slutty thing. Okay, it's a Sunday.
All right.
Hair is a picture.
But anyway, so what we have going on this side of the draw, I think there were no major amazing match, but let's just talk about the fact that Chung took care of Alexander Zverev for you.
My man, doing it down because you know what? This was such a wonderful match and such a wonderful moment. This should be in tennis history. Because so many great things come off of it. Zverev, your ass should have showed up in Milan because you didn't do shit in London. 2, just showed everybody, look, y'all thought Milan was a joke. Milan ain't no fucking joke.
No, it wasn't.
Chung has an amazing work ethic. That motherfucker was in the military. So you know his ass is disciplined. Yes, he needs some proactive for that phase. But you know what? When we take off those braces and we get our contact right, we're going to fix him up really cute. We
don't have to do any of that. We're going to keep the contacts. Okay, let's keep the context. No, he was.
What I really love about Chung is that Zverev is suffering the same thing as Nick.
Yep,
super crazy talented, but when you're on court, you are not 100% committed to being there, and that separates the sheep from the goat.
Yep,
that what makes the scrubs
and Ben Rothenberg the major winners. This is why we like 5-setters on the men's side, okay? Because we like it when we separate the sheep from the goat. The Masters doesn't do that enough. But when you get to the slams, it's a whole other ball of wax. You can lose 2 sets. What are you going to do? What are you going to do in the third? Can you serve it out? Yep.
And I'm telling you, Zverev just like, I should have won that in 4. So what you decided to do? Stop playing after the 4th set.
But I mean, and honestly, I was watching that match with these two older gentlemen commentators, and you should have heard them. They loved the way that Chung was hitting the ball. They loved his movement on court. Chung, like he just like caresses the ball sometimes. To me, Chung is like one of those. I mean, he's what I liked about Novak Djokovic before his fans made me worry about that. But he does hit the ball a little bit like Djokovic does, and he
thinks about moving forward.
Yeah, he's not great up there, but he tries. The thing the commentators kept saying, which was so strange, they kept saying, well, when I look out and see who's going to be contending for titles and that, it's obviously going to be Zverev. First of all, probably because he won it, but they're like, he's got that serve and he's got the forehand. But I was like, but the one thing you haven't counted on is that there are guys like Chung who are like a Ferrer type, right? They will grind and give you solid competition all the time. And they completely counted out Chung just in terms of his hard work on the court and what he was doing.
Yeah.
And so they were stunned that he ended up getting the bagel. I was
but
like,
here's what it is. Look, you put a ham sandwich in that third round versus Zverev, and Zverev still would have come out the loser because Zverev can't get over that hump so much. I know someone told me he got to the fourth round of Wimbledon. Yeah, boo-hoo, whatever. We ain't counting that one anomaly. Zverev has come into several majors now. This is what? The third out of 14 in a row? Team, I'm fucking choking and falling over himself. Yes, and what the last beautiful moment about it is that Federer had a talk with him, and Federer said, look, boo, don't let other people's expectation, dictate what it is you should and shouldn't do. You should be here. Just take your time. What Federer was always losing early. I mean, I think what's his name, John Wartime put out some meme or some shit. He had a song. He put out a song against Federer. And look, Federer is now he would die to be up in any conversation.
Oh my God! You know who also did it? Which we all knew, BG. This is why BG can't stand Federer, because BG predicted back then that Federer was going to turn into nothing as well. Must be weird.
Yeah, so you have to. But the thing about it is Zverev, and I think Federer told him the correct thing. Don't show up in here thinking I'm supposed to win the major.
Yeah.
Think, you know what?
Get to the quarterfinals, get to second week. Yeah.
Exactly. And that should be his only focus at any major. Not to win it. It's just to get to the fucking second week. And then we can talk about what you can need to do. Because he's falling over. I mean,
he was probably looking past this match. And you know what? He was in control. To some degree, he was in control. But he lost his way. And then he had the exact same fourth like he did in the set against Federer, where you could tell that he went away. Like, you can't mentally go away. He didn't do that in he did that a little bit in Hopman Cup as well. Like, he has so much energy and then he's fully dialed in. And then at some point in time, a mistake happens or he doesn't get the shot that he thinks he should. And then he kind of disappears. But that was the one thing we noticed about Chung, right? In Milan, we said that Chung focused and he stayed engaged the whole time.
And how are you going to show up unless somebody bagel your ass and you're not injured? I mean, for God's sake. I mean, something, but Federer, the crazy thing about Federer? Federer don't let you bagel him in. Federer don't have that love game. He tries as best as possible. Even if he doesn't break you, he's not going to lose. And that's how you start, just winning 1 point at a time.
I think mentally it's important
because you never know
to not want to feel like, I think you have to leave the match feeling like, well, I gave everything.
Exactly.
Something. But yeah, that was sad. It was sad for him. I'm a Zverev fan, but there's also a part of me that loves it when he gets a spanking, because I think it's useful lesson.
He needs to go the fuck up. He needs to go the fuck up.
Good for him. He's gotten. Listen, but Zverev is a little bit like Andy Murray. People were calling him great before he was great. And everybody wants to forget that. But I remember people were putting Andy Murray in the conversation before he even won a slam.
True that.
So they all, everybody's anointing the next big thing. So what we have left for the fourth round before the quarters gets decided, we got team.
Hold on 1 second. HY said that Chung is the next gen player with the most potential by NK, in my humble opinion. Issue is ATP ignores him because he isn't as marketable as the blonde hair, blue-eyed white Zverev. That might be true, but you know what? Chung hasn't gotten to the quarterfinals of a Masters series, and you need to do something like that.
He hasn't won a title too. I mean, he might have the long game, maybe. I think long game for sure. Chung is going to be a solid top 10er. But let's not forget, and you're right that Zverev is more marketable, but Zverev has beaten top players, and he has won some Masters title. You got to give him that. I mean, he's good at 3 setters. Let's just say that for sure.
So I'm excited for Chung. I don't think he's going to get past Nole, but he can pleasantly surprise me. I'll take that any day.
Speaking of though, what do you guys think about Nole? Like, what's he doing? I didn't really watch the end of the Monfils encounter because I was just disturbed that Monfils didn't want to put up more resistance. Which, by the way, I'm gonna put it out there, and I say that I believe that Andre Agassi requested a day match because Andre Agassi knew that regardless of what was going on with Nole, he was fitter than Monfils.
Yes.
And that Monfils was going to wilt in that sun and have some problems in it. And that would be to Nole's advantage. I don't care about your ideas. Yes, you're back. Okay. And I don't, I'm not caring about like the whole idea about day match, night match, whatever. I think that the commies got out inside information from Andre before and shared it. Maybe they weren't supposed to share it. So then there was all this confusion. But no, Nole said he didn't request it, blah, 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 blah. I think that strategically it made sense for Nole to request a day match against Monfils. All I'm saying.
Oh, I think he totally did. I don't know.
Conspiracy theory aside, I believe that.
Stupid tennis people. What I hate is that
Chris Fowler said he did. He said he requested it, and but
everybody denied it later. Yeah, they denied it later.
He came back.
Well,
no. He came back and said, "Listen, I don't say shit that's not true."
Yep,
and shut it down.
Yeah, because people wanted to create this drama around Nole not getting what he wanted. But I think that Nole
came back and Nole said in the press conference that he specifically, but he meant himself. But as Andy Roddick already peeped out, you didn't ask for it, your team asked for it. It didn't come out of your mouth, it came out of your team's mouth. And that's the same thing. So look.
Whatever.
I saw pieces of Nole match. I mean, like he's the same. He looks frail, as y'all pointed out. But you know what? I don't know what kind of new super vegan, no flour, no air kind of diet. Look, when these ATP people keep talking, tennis people talk about diets, I tune out, and weight issues, I tune out because, they're always trying to sell me a 6 to a 9 every single time, right? But he looks like Nole. I don't care about any elbow injury and all of that mess. He looks like Nole. He came here to win this thing. He wants the narrative to be about him. He wants to follow up and did what Rafa did what Federer did, because this is not gonna go well for if this turns into Rafa or Roger wins this major again and he loses out on it. It's not gonna look good for him. I mean, he didn't come here for second place. He came here to win.
He did. Who has he played? I've not seen him play. I don't know how he's looking. Other than skinny. Like, I mean, I don't know what he's looking like. I don't know who he's playing because I haven't been paying him much attention because remember in my draw, I had him going out in the first round. I don't worry about Nole, I guess. I don't know. I just don't. I don't care. Who has he been tested?
No.
Has he looked good? Has he looked average? Has he looked great?
But none of these players has been really tested, right? Let's be honest.
Well, Rafa has.
Donnell Young was not gonna come true. I don't know. Look, I'm mad at y'all even try to push that narrative forward.
This was the moment that he should have come through if he was going to. Novak hasn't played in forever. That was what I was going with. So whatever. But this
was Donald Young. This is Donald Young. Come on. If Donald Young ain't trying to do it for himself, why would he do it for you? Why?
Well, you know what? Shut up. Shut your mouth.
If Donald Young don't try to win big matches for himself, why would he come through for you?
So are we slated then for a Federer Novak semifinal? Is that what we're looking at? Probably
be a semifinal. What's for them?
Yeah. Because who's going to take him out at this point? Who's at the top of the draw? Dominic Thiem?
Well, Dominic could. I would love for Dominic to take this. I really do think a young person should take this Australian Open. I really would love for it to happen that way.
Who's it going to be?
Somebody brand new.
There aren't that many young people left.
Well, Dominic's team might be able to inspire Kiki to win some matches. So, Brianna, stop with this. Donald Young can. I don't know. He can do a lot of things. Winning big matches is not what it is. I do think. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I want Federer to win it. I'm gonna quote Chrissy here. I mean, wouldn't that be like a crazy story? But I mean, like, I am okay if Federer doesn't win because, at least this thing. And I'm kind of tired of the old people talking. We keep putting like the the Nadal. It's time for some young blood get up in here, some new fresh blood.
I agree.
Even if it's Burditch. I mean, I don't like Burditch per se.
I like Burditch. Burditch can win the whole damn thing, and I'm happy. I like him. I don't see Burditch. Burditch has been too unreliable for too long. He's not consistent anyways, but
this is his last chance though.
He's extremely inconsistent. I don't think he gets past Federer. I don't think he does. We know that he likes to show up and give Federer problems, but it's been a while since he's been able to capitalize on that. I don't see that happening. I don't see
who's Burditch play in the third round, because I saw his match. I don't remember.
He's going to play Dimitrov.
It was a quality.
Oh, I don't know who he played in the third round. I don't know. But up next is Dimitrov. I don't think he gets past Dimitrov. I don't. Burditch.
It's not Dimitrov that he plays next.
No, he's not.
Who is it?
He beat Delpo, and then he's about to play Fognini. So
yes. That's the match I saw. Oh, I was happy he took out Delpo, right? Oh,
well, Delpo didn't look 100%, so I'm not sure what happened with Delpo.
But I have to say that Burditch was very solid. He got into something with Eva Zaraki, and he just came through after just two bomb serve. So
after a bad call.
After a bad call. So he's on it. I mean, like he got his old hairstyle back. This ain't cute Burditch anymore. This is old, Thomas looking all rough like Lurch.
Would anyone be surprised if Fabio wins? No. Fabio can beat anybody on a good day too. He just has to fucking care.
Stop that.
Fabio can beat Burditch. Are you kidding me?
I think Burditch is a little bit too solid right now, but I think I think Burditch takes Fabio and meets Federer.
He probably does. You think
if he meets Federer
out?
No, I don't know if he takes him out, but he can. This is the thing. We know
that it won't be like last year. Federer would not run to Burditch like hot knives through butter, though.
Well, because Burditch's serve is better. Burditch was in the midst of changing his serve when he met Federer last year, so his serve is off. His serve is better this time. So whether
Burditch comes through for a salty victory. That motherfucker hold a grudge.
Always.
When's the last time Burditch
Federer?
What?
When's the last time Burditch beat Federer?
When he took
the last time Burditch, he almost beat him in I
don't want to hear about almost. When was the last time he won?
It's been a while, but the question is, it's just about we're gonna have to see, because Federer, even though Federer got through the Gasquet match, he was extremely agitated and he was a little bit tight. So, and I think Federer will enjoy that match to get his game right. I don't know if he'll be taken to 4 sets, but he should get through that comfortably. But I never sleep on Burditch in a Federer match, because I think that Burditch, he still has yet to complete the Federer slam, right? He's taken him out at the US Open, taken him out at Wimbledon. He still has to take him out at Australia, right? So
Nadal beats everybody.
Funny. So
if Federer's not in that final with Nadal, it's going to be Novak, and Novak is going to destroy his ass. Because if Novak gets to the final, he's playing well, and he wins. Well. Bottom line.
Well, you know what the interesting thing about Novak is? I'm curious to see, what is it? Novak versus probably Thiem in the quarters. I don't know. Yeah. It's an interesting little setup. I don't know Novak's game right now. Like I think either. He looks like he's on, but then he's also got a dodge. I mean, he's experiencing.
He hasn't played anyone yet. That's the issue.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see him play Chung, only because he's gonna have to work through his hip issues, whatever is going on there. But I think it's just because he hasn't played well. I mean, I think Novak is playing a little bit of possum in terms of underestimating.
Like always.
But now he has somebody in his camp who thinks on that level, which is Andre.
Somebody give him a fucking piece of bread.
Andre loves that stuff. So I think
they're really good at Dominic Thiem versus Chung in the quarterfinals to see.
That would be fun.
That would be fun.
That'd be fun. But I think you're probably going to get Thiem versus Nole. But listen, who knows? All
right, let's wrap it up.
So you think in the end you get like Federer versus, what's the semis for the men?
I think for the men, we're going to have Dimitrov versus whoever, because again, I'm not sure who's down there. Listen,
it would either be Cilic or Nadal. That's the section of the draw.
So that section?
Yeah, that's the semis.
I have a sneaking suspicion that Cilic comes through. I don't even know why. That's just my gut.
Okay, Cilic versus Grigor for the semis.
It's when she says shit like that. That's really because we know Christina McHale.
No. That you shut your mouth. Listen, I would have probably said Nadal had I not watched that match with Schwartzman. I thought I left Nadal struggled. He struggled. He came out on top, but I don't feel like he should have been pushed that hard by Diego Schwartzman. He should not have been.
Well, I mean, Diego Schwartzman's a hard worker.
He's a hard worker, but Nadal's a harder worker, which is not necessarily why he won. Schwartzman had his chances and he choked. And go on and tell me how, Janina, you always say he chokes. He choked. He fucking choked.
He did choke. I watched the match. He did choke.
He gave it away. I don't think Nadal should have been pushed that hard by him. I just don't. He is the all-around better player. And if he was playing as well,
but you have to think about the fact that the one thing that's unusual for Nadal is that Nadal has never shown up, I guess, at a slam without having any pre-tournament prep work. So he's doing a little bit of
Is he playing his way into it?
He's playing his way into the tournament. Yeah. He's never done that. So that is all. That's. I mean, he's playing his way into the tournament, and he is. So that I think that accounts for him doing some extra work. Maybe these are things he would have worked out if he had played Brisbane, but he dropped out of Brisbane and he dropped out of the other place that he was supposed to be in. So, you never know. But I mean, listen, you're right. On paper, Cilic should be able to handle Rafa at least in 4 sets. But, these are about being brave when you encounter Rafa because people have so much of a mental block when they play him. So, you never know. His game should match up well.
I am gonna say I would love for it to be a Dimitrov Cilic semifinal, but it would be a Dimitrov Vidal semifinal. And it's not what might happen, but I'm going to pick Dimitrov to get to his first major final. I'm picking Dimitrov.
Okay, and I'm down for that.
That half. The other half.
Yep.
I would love for it to be Dominic Thiem versus Federer. And Dominic get his first Federer win. Would it first Federer win? Would it?
I don't know. Thiem's never beaten Federer.
Oh yeah,
wait. No, it was Zverev, right? Because I was thinking about one of those German tournaments.
Grigor's not going to choke.
Yeah, I somehow think Dominic beat him someplace in some tournament.
Yeah, I think he did. Was it on grass? Was that in grass?
Someplace. Yeah, I'm almost sure.
It was Stuttgart. It was in Stuttgart. Yeah, he beat him in 3 sets.
He beat him in Halle.
No, in Stuttgart. Stuttgart.
2016. Stuttgart. Federer played Stuttgart?
Yes, very briefly. Very briefly. Remember? That was the grass tournament. Yep, he beat him.
But Bug, why this is telling us Halle and not Stuttgart? But anyway.
No, it's
beat him in grass. I'm sure it's the second round or the first round or the third round. It was very, very early on. Anyway,
and also,
I would love for it to be
he beat him in the Italian Open. He beat him. I mean, he's beaten him in quite a few places. He's beaten him in the Italian Open straight sets, and he beat him in Stuttgart.
Dominic leads the head-to-head, which means Luke. I'm trusting. Luke said Stuttgart and Rome in 2016. I
just said the exact same thing. Italian Open is Rome.
Did you?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. No. No. I am saying. I was about to say that.
Yeah, we're doing the same.
I am guessing that he just looked it up.
No, he's right.
As well,
it's 2-1.
Okay,
it's 2-1. It's not a given. And actually, that's not a given because if Thiem makes it all the way to the semis, then that means he's playing well.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know what I mean.
So, okay.
That should still be a fun encounter.
Yeah. I am happy with I'm happy with Thiem beating Federer. But if Federer gets to the final, fuck all newbies or whatever the shit may be. Federer.
I'm not happy with Thiem beating Federer because then he'll choke in the final. That's what he does. Fuck that.
Well, if he chokes,
why would he choke against somebody who's in the final for the first time as well? A Thiem versus Grigor final is newbie. You know what I mean?
I guess.
You know what I mean? Like
it could be a Madison Salome match. Hey.
That's true.
Well, who's your winner, folks?
But you know what people want? I mean,
What?
if you don't
I
get
want Federer and Rafa.
if you don't get Federer Rafa,
Oh, God, that
what's
would-
what's the next best thing? The next best thing is Baby Fed versus Federer, and a changing of the guards. You know what I mean? That's what you want
God.
in that crazy narrative. Like, let's
that
be
shit.
honest.
Master Ace says it's going to be Nadal and Dimitrov, Djokovic, Federer, which makes ESPN and the ATP happy.
Very happy.
I agree.
Sub in Grigor for Murray.
I'm not. I don't know. I'm not worried about a Nadal Federer. I mean, a Federer Djokovic match at all. I like it when they play each other. It's usually good.
Yeah, I like their tennis. I mean, and if you know what, and if Djokovic gets through it, then he gets through it.
Yeah.
That means he's ready to take on Nadal.
Oh my God, Djokovic versus Nadal in a major final.
Please, let's not
whoa!
go there.
Nobody wants that.
Who got 7 hours of their life to waste? And that
I think
I'll be
I think-
sleeping.
I think they're older now. They won't go that long anymore. You think?
they want to prove a point.
Wait,
will go
isn't
that
it?
long.
Wait, isn't it? Oh no. I was about to say, is it the anniversary of that match? But no, it's not.
Mm-mm. They put out something that they put up some notes recently and said, Nadal played the longest major finals versus Novak, and I'm like, first of all, Nadal didn't win that match, and y'all acting as if Nadal alone was on court. Like, is they both played the longest match? It's not like Nadal did it by himself. Like, I just think y'all Australia trying a little bit too hard here. You're trying a little bit too hard.
That was the Raffalo years, man. Those were the years. So most people think it's gonna be what? What kind of final do most people pick on our timeline for the men?
Nole Rafa.
Nole Rafa final? Okay. Nole Rafa.
Yvette says Gregor versus Federer. She's for that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of Nole versus Nadal finals are overrated.
Interesting. No, I mean they're long. They're long. I think they're long, and both people are usually in a really good position to win. It seems like when they're at the.
Wow.
But I think
everyone has Nole and Rafa. Everyone.
Well, you know what?
I think Federer's in that final again.
If it's Nole and Rafa,
Greece says Fidal.
Fidal, maybe. I mean, the way it's lining up, I don't know. I mean, listen, if Grigor didn't learn from last year,
yeah, he'll never learn.
This is what you want. You want a repeat of what you did. So
you want to redeem yourself.
If you could do it, it better. So it'll be interesting.
What is interesting is that ATP for once is very unpredictable.
Very. But you know why?
Is it though? Yeah. We'll see.
I mean, theoretically, right? Theoretically, it's unpredictable, and then you get to the final, and it's going to be Fidal, and you're like, well,
yeah, exactly.
True. That's why I said we'll see.
We'll see.
Or you know what? Who knows? Fukosevic upsets Federer, and then everything goes to hell in a handbasket.
Oh my God! Wow. Hey.
But then
I want to debrief Fukosevic.
But then you got Fukosevic versus like a Berdych, and you're like, then who the fuck knows? Berdych would actually get to his first final, possibly.
No, he's been to the final already. He went
to
Wimbledon
final. Yeah. He went to Wimbledon, but it's
he got dismantled.
I know he got dismantled.
You
know what? You could get a Rafa Berdych final. There you go.
Oh God, please no, please no.
I don't want Rafa. Look, I don't want any of these old people, but Federer up in there. Okay.
Well, that's just you, right? Everybody else
wants your own
because I mean that way I know the winner isn't so certain, right? The winner isn't so certain. If Federer versus anybody, Federer could fuck it up still, and he would be happy to fuck it up. He would be happy to fuck it up. But you put Nadal up in there, it's gonna be the same old. And I mean, like winning your first major over Federer,
if you put Nadal,
is so much more exciting over Nadal or Djokovic. It just is. It really is.
No, chill. I mean, listen, Stan would disagree. I think, I don't know. If you get like a Rafa Nole final, I don't really know who I'd pick in that. Because I really think that if Novak gets that final, he's playing really well.
I won't even watch it, so I won't even know. I won't watch it.
Your ass will be watching. All right, good night,
everybody.
I won't.
Like everybody.
Let's roll.
Okay. So final takes on any kind of news items. Did you guys give your little tea on things that you think are coming down the pike, or are we gonna wait until
we talked about the actual tennis for too long for us to talk about anything now.
Good deal. That's good.
I know. So I am going to talk about, I'm just here for Team Adidas when it clothing, because Team Adidas got it right, because Sanga had a dick print, sweat dick print. So I'm all here for Team Adidas. Team Adidas got it right.
I need a picture of this. I didn't see it.
Yeah,
because you don't watch your tennis.
Sanga looks he looked nice. I actually thought that he did. But you know what's so funny? You know what? Adidas did get it right, because if that's the color scheme, then they're the ones that are doing Kerber's kits, and those ladies that and all the ones with the tank top and that green shorts. Ostapenko didn't look good in it because it looks like it was baggy shorts. I guess everyone's going with the baggy shorts look because
Ostapenko is one of those women you give something really nice and she'll be like, nah, I don't want to wear that. That looks too that's not me. I'm gonna wear some garbage bag. That's
I agree. I agree with you about that kit though, because I think it looks great on the ladies. It's the one, the razorback and a little bit of like a shredded thing. That actually looks better
for the ladies, but it looks really good.
But it looks good on them. It looks good on everyone's body, as opposed to the Nike kit, which only looks good on certain bodies. They need to figure out, if you're going to do a clothing line, then why don't you style the clothing
hire real
line?
Designer.
No,
but real designers for the first thing.
And also style it according to the person's body type. What looks good on Caroline Garcia is not going to look good on Petra. Like Petra Kvitova, I think probably was one of the better wearers of this horrible Nike kit, and because she wore it a size too big, and so the shorts looked nicely on her. But everybody else, if you bought the shorts in your size, you basically ended up with shorts up your ass. It's like not a cute look. It's not a cute look.
You also do what Shuei does. You could make your own shit. Because that kit is available nowhere else. The sports bra exposed and those big old baggy sleeve.
Oh my god.
Big old white sleeve. She looks really cute. She's been wearing that kit for a long time. She knows what works for her body. And she has that style down pat.
Nike's refusal to actually just, if you're going to use the same color scheme, then do that. But then do different fits for different body types. How are you going to make women who have theoretically the best bodies in terms of what your body can look like, the potential for what your body can look like if you're fit, right? These are athletes. And then you put them in the exact same outfit. And some people, it doesn't work for them. That short doesn't look good on everybody. And that top doesn't look good on, and not even the color looks good on everybody.
I think people are just here for the Nike money because
they don't care about design at all.
They don't care about their look. It's barely flattering. I mean, Nike seems to only know what to do when it comes to Federer for the most part. Gregor looked like a rancid bottle of Pepto-Bismol. But better that boy in pink. He don't look cute in pink.
But still better looking than most kit. It fits his normal kit, which is that look that he has where he looks like you get it at Old Navy.
Oh my god.
Like I'm a little annoyed.
See, there's Adrian shade again. So y'all see it.
I mean, it kind of has that look, right? It's a little bit. And let's talk about the sleeves. Rafa, I love that you tried to do it. But the sleeves was problematic, right? The sleeves are too big. Is that what it is? It's too big? It's like one of those tank tops where it's too big. The hole is too big.
And the shorts are too small. He looks a hot fucking wreck. It's a train wreck. It looks horrible.
Rafa, boo, you don't have the hair to pull off that look. You don't. You just don't.
It's not about hair.
You gotta have long, flowing locks for that.
You have, you gotta have. No, Rafa, it's not. Rafa, let me just put it this way: it's not styled right. Okay, just too much.
Where is
on.
Tim Gunn?
You need to edit. You need to edit. That shit needs to be edited.
It also looks like he also looks like he's at the gym. Do you know what I mean? That's the kit. The kit looks like he left the gym and didn't actually change into clothing. Like everyone else looks like they went and got their outfits, and Rafa looks like he's still in workout gear. And it's not even like workout gear that you got fitted. It's workout gear that's still like loose. It's too loose.
Said he's wearing his grandmother's blouse.
Oh my god.
But you see what? If you're gonna bring back the sleeves, why do that? Why
Yeah,
do that to him?
It don't look like I mean, like, and
right.
people,
It's not right.
and people who find it hot are his stands. And I'm
Poor
like,
things,
yeah,
you
your opinion don't
poor
count.
things.
Yeah,
You have
it
been
don't look cute.
blinded by the bald spot.
You have been. And Shawnee told you he went into size shoes too small.
No,
So,
I don't. You see, I was
I'm just
looking.
saying.
Rafa looks good in bright colors. I just think they
He
did
does.
a
He
bad
looks
job
great.
with that.
But
And you know
this
what?
kid
And
is horrible.
yeah, and you know what? Why didn't they do the tank top in the color in the shorts color? A bright tank top on his skin complexion, but actually a fitted tank top, like not the loose baggy one. I would have rather him just have like a fitted tank top. That would be a better look than this thing. It looks too big. It's a travesty, Nike. Travesty.
But Nike hasn't done shit for any years. Yo, they have Sharapova always look like a overly wrapped burrito. She looked like she never looked right. This shit always look like she
with you.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of
She always look like if
and you
she's
know
wearing
what?
something that's never her right size.
But
It
you know
just-
what?
and
Why
she
just-
got some
yes.
massive shoulders.
They never
Girl,
they
no.
never do anything with her shoulders right, and they always make her arms look flabby because it's like the way they cut it. And why was the material so thin? I mean, I get it. I don't know. Sweaty t-shirt contest looking outfit is what we're going for, but it looks
She don't have
weird.
the breasticles to pull that shit off either.
Oh
So
my
that's
God.
not even gonna work for
No,
her.
but it was cheap looking. It was like she was standing
She
there.
always look cheap. And I mean, I'm not just saying
No. I like Mara Sharapova's
Tell me
dresses
the last time-
normally, but this one.
Tell me
is
when. Tell me
thin
when. Name
material.
a period. Name a
You know
period.
what? Her dresses are never massive fails. They're okay. They don't, they work for her. It's a type.
They
But
always
this
have
one,
some kind of rip.
but this one
some-
is a massive fail. This was a massive fail.
She
Like,
in her mind, I think she thinks she's some cute little girl and
Well.
forget that she's actually a giant. And that she keeps wearing these little girl outfit. They don't look good on her. They never do.
I don't know
And
why
she
they
always
dressed her
wears
that
some
way, though.
crazy color. She
It was
she
too-
has
it was
zero
too pale.
style sense.
She must like it.
It was too
She
pale.
wrote.
But no, I think they have an aesthetic for her. It's the same design as her.
Oh,
Black
you know
dress.
what? I think she sees whatever they're gonna put everybody else in, and then she comes in being like, no, everybody else. I want to do my own thing. Yada yada yada.
I
And they're
don't
like,
think that
whatever,
happens.
girl. Do whatever.
No. I think they have a dress aesthetic for her, and it's the same design always. It's like a little bit A-line, and it's always the sleeves are always a little bit too short, and they never compensate for the fact that she has broad shoulders and she's very tall. So it always like ends up
Girl,
kind of. It always ends up giving her.
Pants, wear some
mutton
hot
chop.
pants and a tank top, and be done with it, girl. Just be done with over there. Just let
Actually,
it go.
she probably would look good in that outfit. I don't. I
With some
actually
hot
like.
pants.
I think the Lotto girls look great. I think that's Lotto. The ones
Not that
that
color though.
You know, like the blue, the light blue, right? The Burtons.
Is it
And,
light blue on my TV? Have it that? But do you think that collar was
It look-
wearing?
it looks like aqua. So it's
Oh,
like
I thought it
aqua.
said a
No,
blue streak,
it's Mertens, like Mertens and Martek. They both have the same dress on, but versions of it. It's actually
But you
attractive. It's
need-
cute,
you
but it's
solid
but it's-
colors. You just need something on it. You just need it to be a little oomph. You just can't have basic thing. I mean, even Simona Halep, I think she's in this transition from Adidas to Nike
But she looks great
because
I
her
think she
kid
looks
didn't
fine.
have. Yeah, but she just went. This is she's keeping it simple. That's how you do
Very-
simple. But
That's how you
I
do
think
it.
if you're gonna have a clothing deal, you need to have a little oomph up there. Okay, you just need a little extra something.
How's Wozniacki look? Are those shorts or what?
No, but I think they're sports. They look great.
Is that
I
what's
think
going on?
Wozniacki. I think
She looks-
Wozniacki looks great. I think
she
she
looks
looks
good.
nice. I think Wozniacki.
I didn't see that she's wearing, but since I never like anything she's ever worn, I'm gonna say she didn't.
No,
look
this
cute.
is a pleasant surprise.
I know people don't like
I don't believe
Muguruza, but I think I don't like the color, but I always like
Nah.
the fit.
But stop,
Muguruza's
stop,
dress.
Muguruza
stop.
looks like a
stop.
rewind of the French Open. It's just a
I
different-
like that.
Thank you
I
very
like
much.
that. I like that.
I
cut.
you
I
very
think
much.
that
I don't
looks
like all
good.
them damn holes.
It's not holes. They're
Mm-mm.
patterns.
Whatever.
Are they holes? They're
fucking
cuts, like-
holes.
They're like
They're
they're like
hold. They're
cutouts.
hold.
They call them
They're holes.
micro something, laser something. I don't
It
know.
looks cheap.
They're
It looks
fucking
cheap.
holes.
Mhm.
Ellis does a really good style. I see someone mention it's true. Ellis does a really cute style, but unfortunately for Ellis, none of their players been winning shit. So hey,
They're not around long enough for us to see. So I didn't. I mean, and of
Exactly.
course, there's always Fila, who's just background. Fila it's just so plain.
Oh,
they never take any
God.
risks.
Well,
Coppless
at least-
just looks fine. At least it looks good. It's just
At least it's not that Pharrell shit again, because that was bad.
That was from Nike. I mean, that was
Oh,
from Adidas.
oops.
that's
Adidas.
Adidas. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, so
Well-
what did you think of Zverev? I mean, I'm not a fan of that pale blue on him, but
I didn't see it.
yeah.
Zverev could come out in some banana leaves and still look cute.
But
He
I
just
don't
can
know.
work it. He just has that look. But you know
Yeah.
what? It's his tennis. I don't like his hair, though. I think his hair should go back to be long, shaggy.
Yes, we know you don't like
Yeah.
his hair. You have
Yeah,
made
I
that
don't-
very clear.
But the thing about
He looks like
thing,
Dorothy Hamill. He
the
looks
thing
like
about
Dorothy
Pliskova-
Hamill with this new cut.
the thing about Fila is you never notice when you never say anything about it. So that's in some sense an achievement. It's not a
Right.
fail, so it
It's
works.
just not
You know?
great. Yeah, agreed.
What's Osaka wearing? I didn't see it. I haven't
Oh,
seen
yeah,
her.
she always looks cute.
She's wearing Adidas. She's on Team Adidas right now.
Yeah, is she wearing the
Nike's
same
gonna
kit?
try to snap.
She looks cute, but I don't know what she's wearing. It's not that memorable. She just
She
always
does look cute. I think she's wearing something like what Kerber is wearing.
She looks cute
Oh
because
yeah,
she
oh
looks
yeah,
cute.
it's the Kerber kit. It's the Kerber kit. Yeah, that's a cute kit.
Yeah.
Everyone's that's a
Yeah, that kid
yeah,
could work for various body types. That's what I love about it.
yeah, it's
And
transitional.
Adidas always give you the skirt and the pants option.
Mm.
Gives
Good
the player
deal.
that option. I like it.
So
Anyway, folks, we
that
have
was
overstayed
fun.
our welcome into your living room and your hearts.
only
we-
by a half hour. Woo-hoo.
Yeah, I know. So thank you all for
God.
listening. Don't forget you can continue the conversation on YouTube and when I post it up on Podbean. Thank you very much for listening. We expect to hear your picks, except it's for Diva Dalla Nole. You can pick everybody
Stop.
else.
Stop it.
You're
No.
such a bitch. Oh my god.
We want to hear your picks. I mean,
We want to hear your picks. We do.
some of our
So,
listeners are really good fans.
But-
Gosh, let them be.
I know. And for those who are going to listen to us on the late hours on the rewind, we missed you.
Yes,
And those of us who are here, we enjoyed their presence here.
and we'll
And
And don't forget to let us know if you did visit the US Open, and you can probably get on the podcast and tell us what.
and
know,
we'll
Any tournament for that.
for sure, and we'll chat about all the sort of other knotty issues that are emerging
Yes,
from the
when there's
Australian
no
Open
matches
in
to
the-
talk about, especially
in
if
the
there's a
final.
Nadal and a Nole final. If that's the final, we got a whole hour to talk about all the bullshit about scheduling.
If
and
Novak wins
course.
again, I'm not doing a podcast next week.
Oh my god!
We just won't talk about that because we're going to talk about the fact that that whatever woman, Svitolina won her first major, and you want to talk about your girl Gasolina. You wanna talk about it.
You're right.
Anyway,
Come on.
we're looking forward to week 2. It's gonna be real fun. I'm hoping for some surprises, but not too many. You get my drift.
Yeah.
It's
It's either Federer or fuckery. Okay, that's what.
well, no, Federer or a newbie or something. Maybe Sangren.
Yeah, that is what
Maybe,
it-
let's
yeah.
just, as
Oh
long
my
as there's no Trumper in the final, we're all winners. Let's just call it that way, okay?
Oh my
Yes.
god.
Yes.
Bye.
If it gets into the finals, it's going to be a shutdown.
I'm
Just saying.
hungry.
All right, y'all.
Have
I'm
a
looking
good day,
forward
man.
to it.
Yeah.
Let's meet each other on Twitter if you're all into that.
Exactly.
We'll see you in
All
what,
right,
3
then.
hours? Bye.
Ciao.
Bye.